district matchup between the Baker County Wildcats and the Braves from Terry Parker. I'm Mike Cruz, joined as always by Jackie Baker and statistician Justin Thomas, and we're set to bring you all the action 2019 Baker County Wildcat football, another home game for the Wildcats, and another chance to get a win in the district column. The Wildcats last week ended up on the losing end against Westside here at home. The Wolverines able to get a 24-20 win, and that put Westside at 1-0 in district play. The team we're playing tonight, Jackie, Terry Parker, is also 1-0 in district play. They got a big win earlier this year against Bishop Kenny, and Terry Parker would love to be in the driver's seat coming out of Baker County tonight with a win. And with a lot of things happening within this Wildcat football team, we'll talk about injury-wise and everything else. It's going to be a tough night for the Wildcats here. So we're going to have to find some offensive consistency, and really, Jackie, the key is going to be with the defense tonight.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. I mean, this is a Terry Parker team that's going to come in very similar to Westside that we took a tough loss to last week. Terry Parker, a lot of athletes on the field. The defense, they're going to have to be in the right spots all game long. You can't get caught peeking into the backfield. You can't bite on a double move on the outside because these guys will make you pay. You don't take the right angle on a running back, he may house one. I mean, this is a very good Terry Parker football team. And we said last week after that loss, it's not doom and gloom, Mike. But I'm going to tell you, if you lose this game tonight, you need a lot of other stuff to happen. You're no longer in the driver's seat at all. You're in the back seat hoping some other things happen. So you're right, Terry Parker's going to come in here pumped up and wanting to go 2-0, be 2-0 in the district, and be at the top of the district rankings. So this Wildcat team is going to have their work cut out for them again tonight.
Last week's game marked the halfway point of the season for the Cats. We are 3-2 overall. And, Jackie, what you're talking about with, doom and gloom as far as losing a game tonight, that would put you at 1 win and 2 losses in the district. And so with only a 5-team district and only a chance to play against 4 other teams within the district, it makes it really hard with 2 losses in the district to try and come back and compete as far as winning the district title, which is the guaranteed way to get into the state playoffs. Obviously, you have your regional point system now that awards the teams that follow the district champions. But in order to get into the state playoffs, you have to be a district champion as far as guaranteed, and then the playoff points work themselves out among the regional rankings. So we haven't seen those regional rankings yet to know how we stack up points-wise compared to the others, but those should be released here in the next week or so, and so we'll have a clue. But if you want to control your own destiny and if you want to get things done as far as trying to guarantee a seat in the playoffs, Jackie, you got to win this game tonight. So everything that you said, I agree with. It's basically a must-win from a district perspective for these Cats.
Yeah, and like you talked about, you lose this game, now you're looking at points and different things of that nature, and that's not where you want to be. One of the easiest paths is to win your district and go into the playoffs, no questions asked. But again, I have no doubt that head coach Kevin Mays, defensive coordinator Jeff Gerke have really put some things into practice this week. They saw what Westside had. Again, this is a very similar team athletically, do a lot of the same things. So Coach Staples alluded to it there on the coaches' show. They found our weakness, found our soft spot, and then they exploited it a little bit. So to get those things fixed and make sure Terry Parker can't do the same thing, I've got all the faith in the world in this coaching staff.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I like the things they're doing. You got to remember, we've got a young football team. So, the thing that's on the line, though, is when we're talking about district titles and playoffs and everything else, we've got a 3-year district championship winning streak going right now. And you'd love to see that go to 4. So if you're going to win a district, if you're going to compete for the district further after tonight's game, really against Terry Parker on your home field, you got to win this game. And so as far as Wildcats' notoriety, in the media and coverage and that sort of thing, we've got Channel 4 here tonight, the game of the week. A lot of people still really excited about this Wildcat football team, but you're starting to see with some of the predictions that you see now, people are starting to pick against the Wildcats, which means that that all that brand that's been built over those last 3 years, that can quickly erode if you don't have that type of season every year,
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, we're not that far off from a state championship game, and so you want to continue that trend, but we talked about it. We've talked about it all year. We talked about it last year, Mike. Coach Staples alluded to it. There weren't high expectations going into this season, and it was nothing anybody had done. We knew we were going to be young, and then you bring in a new coach and a new scheme and a new system. So to expect the state championship run this year, I would think you were a little crazy. But that doesn't mean it's going to be a wasted season either. And to do what we've done already and see the potential in this football team as to what they can do with a bunch of 10th graders just littered all over the field and starting position, I'm excited. I'm excited about how we've held our own this year, how they fought in games that we probably shouldn't have been in. We go over to Live Oak, a tough place to play, and beat a very good Live Oak team over there. You let one slip against Westside. That wasn't a bad game. A couple things didn't go our way. You lose 24-20. This is a bounce-back game, and that's really what I want to see out of this Wildcat team. Let's see what you do kind of when your back's against the wall. Let's see your mental toughness.
And that's the same thing that I was telling Channel 4 earlier, Jackie, is that, this is not a team that you're going to come in here and blow out. I mean, I don't see that happening with Terry Parker. You didn't see it happen with Westside. We were in that game. We had the ball in the final minutes to go down and try to win the game at the end. I mean, some mistakes, some failed opportunities. One of the keys, I think, Jackie, is early on in the football game when you have the opportunities in the red zone. We've said it time and time again. If you don't capitalize on those opportunities early on when you have the chances, it's going to come back to bite you eventually. There's some games that you might get away with it. There's other games you won't. And last week it really came back to bite us because we had the ball 3 times in the first quarter last week. We had the ball 3 times deep inside Westside territory. We got no points out of it. When you do that, when you have the ball deep down in somebody's territory, we saw it at Stark against Bradford County this year. We lost by 3. Last week we had all those opportunities. We lost by 4. Over at Swanee, we had all those opportunities in the first quarter, and we had to hang on to win that game in the end. So early on in the football game, Jackie, you got to take advantage of your opportunities.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and tell you because you folks are going to pick up on it here. Scooby Graham not going to play tonight, not in tonight's game. Still under protocol from the head injury last week. But so Jamarian Baker's going to have a chance to prove himself. Had that costly fumble at the beginning of the game and exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. And now tonight he's going to be the man.
Well, we're going to pause 2 minutes for the national anthem, and we'll be back with more Wildcat football on WFBB.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
Alan Tanner at McClenny Motor Parts is a longtime supporter of Wildcat football. McClenny Motor Parts stocks parts for all makes and models, and what they don't have, they can get. McClenny Motor Parts, US 90, downtown McClenny, open weekdays 8 till 6, Saturdays 8 till 2. McClenny Motor Parts, your Napa know-how store.
Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how.
Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress of McClenny is proud to again sponsor Wildcat Football. Gibson McDonald has furniture, mattresses, and appliances in stock and ready for delivery. Gibson McDonald has electronics and lawn and garden equipment. Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress in the Winn-Dixie Plaza in McClenny.
For over 50 years, dependable heating and air conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for dependable heating and air conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's dependable heating and air conditioning, 259-6546.
Terry Parker High School and the Braves invade Memorial Stadium tonight to see if they can take down the Wildcats of Baker County. The Wildcats come into tonight's game, like I mentioned a moment ago, 3 wins and 2 losses on the season. The Wildcats are 1-1 in district play after the loss last week to Westside here at home. Terry Parker, 2-2 overall. Their big win district-wise was against Bishop Kenny early in the year. They took down Bishop Kenny by a big score, and they are 1-0 in district play. So Terry Parker would like nothing more than to come in tonight, beat the Wildcats on our home field, go 2-0 in district play, but the Wildcats are going to have something to say about that. Captains are out on the field. The Wildcats send number 10, Alex Bowen, number 55, Kyler Cruz, number 7, Joseph Stafford, and number 2, Tracy White. Across the way, the Braves, right there in the middle, number 1 is Artis Maddox, and number 2, Jawan Turner. Jawan Turner is the big running back. And Jackie, anytime you look at a roster for an opposing team, and they have not 1, not 2, but 3 guys listed as athletes on the roster, well, so let me just tell you guys, if you're looking at rosters, typically you see, QB, RB, CB, those are popular position players, but I don't know, sometime 10, 15 years ago, they started calling guys athletes, and that athlete meant that, you might see them at slot playing receiver. You might see them in the backfield sometimes. You might see them playing on defense. You just never know. I mean, athletes, they've got 3 guys listed as athletes, Jackie, and that's real. I mean, typically you see 1, maybe 2 guys listed as athletes. They've got 3, so you never know where you're going to see these guys on the field, and that's number 1, Artis Maddox. He's a 5'10", 150-pound guy, but he's listed as athlete, and he's the captain on this team. A guy to watch tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, back in my day, athlete was not a designation, or I'm sure that's exactly what I would have had. But you're right. I mean, we talked about it. Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere. When you see a guy walk out and, I mean, he's built like a brick house, but he stands at about 6'1" or 6'2", and they got him listed and he's going to run the ball, man. I've seen guys like that do some damage, so it kind of makes you a little nervous. But we saw the offensive line is huge for Terry Parker. We saw them warming up tonight. My goodness, looked like a couple blindside kids down there taking warm up. So this Wildcat team going to have their work cut out for them tonight.
Well, and big doesn't always mean good, No. And that's the thing with your linemen. I mean, you never know. I mean, you got big guys, that doesn't always mean good. The Wildcats, for example, for years, Jackie, you would look at the defensive line that we put on the field with this football team, and we had a very small, very undersized defensive line. But you know what they were? They were strong, and they were fast. And sometimes the strong and fast guys can beat the big and slow guys. You know what I mean? And so just because they're big doesn't mean they're good, but it is something to watch out for. They do have a lot of big guys across that offensive line. That is something our defensive front, which has played really good this year, is going to have to combat. Zane Mobley last week probably had one of his best games that I've seen him play as a Wildcat. He's a junior. Weston Abra, he's got some size to compete with those guys and clog up that middle. Some other guys up there, Kyler Cruz has had a really good year. He's been in the backfield a lot. And then those linebackers. Our player of the week from a week ago, Jackie, Camilo Rollins, had 17 tackles last week. I mean, so we've got some guys that can get back there, and some of those guys are speedy. So we'll see how speedy and strong match up against big. And I don't know if they're slow or not, but typically, from the looks of some of those guys, they look like they might be a little slower.
Listen, you got Jacob Williams down there on that defense, Tracy White on that defense. As far as speed goes, I'm not worried about anybody outrunning us. I mean, we got some guys that can flat out fly down there as well. But you're going to see what kind of mentality, what kind of mental toughness this Wildcat team got tonight. Just looking across at the eye test, see what they do and how they react coming out to start this game.
Wildcats come out dressed in their clean-looking uniform. They get the white pants with the red jersey trimmed in white numerals with the black helmets. Across the way, Terry Parker, the black pants with the white jerseys trimmed in red, and they've got the red helmets. So a lot of black, red, and white out there. Uniform. Terry Parker going to kick it off to the Wildcats. We'll have the ball to start the game. Kicker has it teed up. Wildcats send Tracy White and others back to return it. Here we go. Tracy White from the 10-yard line. Tracy White's across the 20. He's looking for a hole to the sideline. He gets the 30-yard line. Tracy White gets across the 35. And a good return and a good start for the Cats as they'll start out about the 36-yard line.
Tracy White again, doing a great job this season on special teams. He's made some plays that were spectacular plays. You thought, were a little bit of what in the world are you doing? But starts us out with great field position here tonight. And this Wildcat offense got to get something going early.
And I like what he did there. He kind of picked his way and weaved his way out, and he got all the way to the 38. First down and 10 for the Cats here. Alex Bowen brings them to the line. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Let's see if the offense can get going. Alex Bowen fakes the handoff to Jamarian Baker, and then Alex Bowen makes an athletic move to flip the ball out here to number 12, which is Cameron Crawford, for the reception. He gets about 2 yards.
Yeah, a little RPO, run pass option that time. Alex got to throw that ball a little bit sooner. Great job getting it out. Like a little Brett Favre action there, you know what I mean? Going down to the ground and getting it out.
Second down, Jamarian Baker is going to try to hit the hole straight ahead, and he's going to get about 3 yards. So the Cats on 2 plays now get about 5 to bring up a third down and 5. They're running behind big 68 right there, which is Ross Crummey 68, Ross Crummey 62, DeMonte Gibson. Those are the guys that anchor that left side, and they come off sides, and we're going to get the 5 here. Yeah, they come off sides, the hard count.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. We talked about on the coaches show that offensive line, the most improved group out there this year, getting better every game, doing more and more, having to do more. And like Coach Mays alluded to, listen, and Terry Parker's doing nothing different than what I would do as a defensive coordinator. I'm going to stack the box on this Wildcat offense. So that offensive line is going to have their work cut out for them again tonight.
7 guys up there right now, and they're moving around a little bit. They fake a jet sweep run here to Crawford coming around the end, and Bowen keeps it. And he's going to get a yard maybe out to midfield. But the Cats do get the first down on the offsides play, and we're sitting here 2nd and 9 from midfield.
Yeah, that time just trying to do a little misdirection, trying to throw it off. Terry Parker's got 9 guys all within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Second down play, toss sweep to the boundary side, and Jamarian Baker is going to get a couple yards here. They toss sweep it out to the short side of the field, and not a lot of running room over here for Baker, and he's going to get maybe 3 down to the 47.
That's the one thing. I keep forgetting that on Monday night. We got to ask Coach Mays about that. I don't get it. Run to the boundary side, Mike, when I know we may not be able to outrun everybody, but I like to at least see if there's a cutback lane somewhere on the wide side of that field.
Third down play, call it 3rd and 5. They gave Baker about 4 yards on that play. Baker's going to get a middle carry here, and he's going to get a first down, and he's off to the races inside the 30 and down to the 25, and you're going to get a face mask on top of that as they were trying to tackle him with the face mask, Jackie. Baker all the way down to the 21-yard line.
What a great job that time, the offensive line. We just talked about a cutback lane and how well they've been blocking these last couple games. And Baker saw the hole cut back and thought he was going to break it. He broke the tackle at about 10 yards and then was run down from behind a little bit and stiff-armed the guy. And now I'm not sure what they're trying to call.
Now it looked like face mask, and it looks like they're going to mark it back the other way. Holding downfield.
You know what? That's absolutely terrible. I know who they called it on, and I'll call his name because it's a terrible call. And they called that on Carson Crawford, who's doing a great job from his wide receiver position down there, blocking down the field. My goodness.
Well, they marked it. The good news here is they marked it from the very end of the run, and they only marked off a 5-yard holding penalty downfield, which is also odd against the offense. But either way, first down and 10 from the 27. Jamarian Baker with a big first down run that time. And this time, Jamarian Baker fights his way down near the 20-yard line to get those penalty yards back. And that'll be a 6-yard run for Baker on first down.
Yeah, and a good job on first down that time. But just going back to that previous play, I mean, that's one thing that Baker County's known for is wide receivers that'll block. And Carson Crawford throwing a great block for his running back down the field. That's a terrible call. But Jamarian Baker doing a good job here tonight so far.
Well, we won't get hung up on it because it didn't kill us. We got the first down. We're way downfield here. Baker again inside the 20. He's fighting his way down toward the 17-yard line. Needs to get about a yard more for the first down, so it's going to bring up third down and maybe a yard. And, Jackie, right off the rip, this is what I was talking about before the game started. You've got to capitalize on your opportunities deep inside the red zone. The Cats, here we are, third down and 1 yard to go inside the 20. Obviously, four-down territory. You got to get a first down. You got to get a touchdown on this drive. Third down play. Bowen's going to give it to Baker, and Baker's got the first down. He's going to be near the 15-yard line, and he's going to move the chains for the Cats, so they'll have a 1st and 10 around the 15.
A great job that time, patient running by Jamarian Baker. He kind of just picked his way through there, waiting to find the crease, and that shows you a kid. I mean, Jamarian Baker was a 10th grader out there, knowing he's got to get past the sticks and pick up that first down.
Jaquan Page checks in the game. Baker checks out, and Page is going to run the right corner, and he's going to get close to getting all the way around the corner, but he's going to pick up a couple before being cut down over here on the right side. That was number 10, Javis Brooks, the linebacker that came up and made the tackle for Terry Parker. 2nd down and 8.
And Page, a little different dynamic than what Baker brings to the table. Page, a shifty guy, man. We saw him break a safety out of his cleats last week.
2nd down play, Page again, and this time he's going to be caught in the backfield. A big defensive lineman gets in there and gets Page before really Page even had the ball good.
Yeah, and that's the one downfall from Page. I mean, not a huge back, so one of those big defensive linemen able to get a paw on him that time and going to bring him down to the ground. So one of those negative plays we talked about, Mike.
Well, yeah, you sitting there 1st and 10 from the 15. Now you're 3rd and 9 from the same spot, really. And Bowen's going to look to throw one toward the end zone. He's got a man over there.
Oh, that's great.
Touchdown. What a pass. And that is number 12, Cameron Crawford, on the other end. And Jackie Crawford calmly got the foot down, and the referee right on the spot. Touchdown. What a throw by Bowen, and a nice catch by Crawford.
That may be the greatest throw Bowen's had all season. He's done some great things, and I've talked about him week in and week out on some of the passes he's made. That was a great throw to the outside, back corner of the end zone. Cameron Crawford's the only one that can get that ball, and Cameron Crawford does a great job getting his feet inbounds for a touchdown.
Extra point for the Cats is no good. Once again, Connor Waite not in the game this week. And the Wildcats send Blake Mays in to kick the extra point, and this one just a little wide, no good, and the Cats are going to lead 6-0, Jackie. But you said it about Bowen. What a great throw. But listen, that throw is even better because if you looked at Bowen, he was already thinking about running the football. He was under a little bit of pressure right there. He threw that pass off of his back foot, and throwing that ball off of his back foot the way he did, to put the touch on it that he did, to get it in there, over the defender's head and into Crawford's hands. What a nice throw. Good job. Good call. 6-0. The Wildcats on top now. 7:35. So, Jackie, that was almost a 5-minute drive to start the football game for the Cats.
And I don't know that you could have scripted it any better. We've not been able to score a lot of points on opening drives this year, and the Wildcats able to dial it up and had a penalty to help early in the drive, but able to sustain and cap it off with 6 points. My goodness. You couldn't ask for a better opening start.
Blake Mays with a short kick, and the Cats are going to come up and get it. He kicked it high. The Cats let it go 10 yards, and they got it. And number 15 for the Cats caught it in the air, Ronnie Ellis, and it had gone 10 yards, Jackie. What a good job by the Cats, and we're going to get the ball back.
You know, I tell you what, back when I was in high school, we ran a very similar style. And Brian Page, one of those guys you would consider an athlete, he'd be the headhunter out here. And Daniel White would poop that thing up right at about 11 yards as high as he could, and Page would just run and do the same thing Ronnie Ellis did. He'd jump up. Nobody else is expecting it. They want to sit there and try to call.
Hang on. The officials are going to mess this up because they're going to throw a flag, and they're going to say that he did not let it go 10 yards, and he clearly did. That's a terrible call. It's a terrible call, Jackie. Ronnie Ellis was clearly across the 50-yard line when he caught the ball. What happened is he went back across the 50 when he was running the football, and that is a terrible call.
He dropped his beanbag. Look where the referee's beanbag is at the 49-yard line.
Across the 50-yard line.
50-yard line. But I think what they're going to call here is he called interference, like we were going to block the guy who was calling for a fair catch, but that's not the case either. Ronnie,
did he ever show fair catch signal?
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. I can't believe that.
That's the worst call in high school football I've seen. And I've seen some bad ones. And I hope that we've got some officials listening in to what I'm saying, because that is absolutely horrible. Horrible.
My goodness. He's still got his beanbag sitting on the other side.
Yeah, it's sitting right where he caught the ball, 11 yards downfield. The worst call I've ever seen. Wildcats have to regroup as they give the ball to Terry Parker, and we're going to stuff the running back right at the line of scrimmage, no gain. And, Jackie, I cannot believe that an officiating crew that's getting paid to call a football game would make a call like that.
That's absolutely terrible.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely terrible. But that time, the Wildcat defense, maybe got a lot of fire under them. Toby Kinghorn able to get in there on the sweep play. Stops the running back for no gain there.
Second now, you're going to get a flag down on the play here.
Yeah, he's going to call that off.
Sideline warning against the Cats. Look where he's going to show him. Look where the beanbag is.
And he's not.
Coach Mays wants to talk to the white hat. He's not coming over. Jackie, the beanbag's still sitting there. 11 yards downfield, where Ronnie Ellis went up to catch the ball, and he really called it 12 yards downfield.
That was bad. It was at the 48 where he caught the ball at. Holy cow.
The worst thing I've ever seen.
Gee.
Second down and 10. They're going to swing it out to the left side. Holding out here on the edge, and we're going to get the tackle right on the 40-yard line, and it's going to come back because there's holding right there. And, Jackie, I would say that if the guy was calling fair catch, if you interfered with the man trying to catch the ball, that would be one thing. But he went up in the air and caught the ball before it ever made it to the receiver.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And listen, you see it all the time on an onside kick play, Mike. That's a free-for-all. That's a who can get to the ball the fastest, man.
It is. It is. And there's no. I never saw the kid put his hands up.
I'm not saying I did, but what he called there when he threw the penalty.
He made the interference sign. Either way, Jackie,
terrible call.
It's a terrible call.
Nonetheless, absolutely atrocious call.
After the holding penalty, Terry Parker backs up to their 46-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and we're going to get a false start on Terry Parker. Terry Parker can't get out of their own way here to start. 2 straight penalties in a row is going to back them up 15 yards total, and they're going to be all the way back to the 40-yard line.
You want to know the worst part about that call, too, Mike, and it's not necessarily the call, but you just pulled something out of your arsenal. Coach Mays went in for something, and you can only do that one time. It's like a fake punt. That's like a fake field goal. That's a one-time thing, and if you mess it up, or in this case an official messes it up, it's over with for the game.
And that's not what we call a high percentage play.
No, absolutely not.
So when you execute it and it works, you want to reap the reward.
Absolutely.
Coach Mays has walked all the way down to the 20-yard line. He's still upset. Second down and call it about 25. They're going to air one deep down the field, and it's going to be almost picked off by the Cats. Nothing doing on that play. Number 20 was back there for the Cats, and that's Carlos Jefferson.
Carlos Jefferson that time, and that's what we talked about last week, having safety help over the top, not getting beat deep. And that time Carlos Jefferson makes sure he's the deepest man in the secondary and almost made a great play on that football.
Third down now. They've got a long way to go. They backed themselves up with a holding call and a false start, and the Wildcat defense has started out strong here on the opening series. Third down and 25. Cats need to go ahead and get some pressure with the guys they've got in there and get them off the field. Let's get the ball back. Shotgun snap. They're going to swing one out to the right. Quick play here. They're trying to get a block and get some running room up the field, but they might pick up 7 or 8 here, but they're going to have to punt it away. Good job by the Wildcat defense.
That's a great job by the Wildcat defense. And I'll tell you what, I'm almost obsessed with this dude now, man. I watch him. Camilo Rollins blitzed on that play, Mike. Almost got to the quarterback. You know who's over there? He didn't make the tackle, but you know who's there as soon as the man goes down? Camilo Rollins. That dude is everywhere. Our
dependable heating and air conditioning player of the game a week ago, number 40, Camilo Rollins, and this defense gets the Wildcats defense off of the field on a 3-and-out here. And Terry Parker will punt one away, a very high punt coming over near the Wildcat sideline. It'll take a Wildcat roll and go out of bounds around the 27-yard line. Let's see where he throws the beanbag.
Did he pick it up? Did he pick it up from where we were covered down?
He finally realized that he had left it across the 50, and, so there you go. We're under 6 to go. 5:37 to go first quarter. The Wildcats with a 6-0 lead, and we'll have the ball back when we come back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Coach Kevin May is still giving an earful to the head official there. Wildcats coming back after the timeout. First down from the 27-yard line after the punt by Terry Parker. Good defense by the Cats on that last series. The Cats lead at 6-0 here, just underway. 5:37 to go first quarter. Cats are going to give the ball to Baker. He's got a hold. Baker, 27 to the 30. Out across the 33 to the 34-yard line, and a 7-yard gain on first down.
Jamari and Baker doing a great job. Starting this game off, had some big runs on that first drive. Everybody doing their job, Mike. Terry Parker stacking the box. So I will tell you this, if Jamari and Baker doesn't see a crease, man, he doesn't have to get by too many people before it's off to the races.
Second down, call it 3. Wildcats at the 34-yard line. 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Baker going to get it again. This time he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he's not getting far. And it'll be third down. Cats that time tried to go back to Baker, running behind the offensive line there in the middle of the field. Cats on the far hash here. Third down, facing a long 2. Need to get it out across the 42-yard line, or the 37-yard line for a first down. Bowen fakes it in there. Bowen fakes it in there to Baker, and then Bowen tries to keep it around the end, and he is tackled right on the line of scrimmage, and he gets nothing.
I thought he had a blocker there, Mike, and I didn't see number 4 on the Parker defense was kind of ducked behind another defender that time and popped up and made that tackle. I thought Alex Bowen had a crease there and was going to pick up big yardage. But nonetheless, it's what we're talking about. You come out in the first series and you're able to put together a great drive, and now you come out and give a 3-and-out.
Bowen stands back there to punt it away, and he gets a high one, end-over-end punt, needs a Wildcat roll. It won't. It picks up and bounces back the other way, and it won't go very far, about a 26, maybe a 20-yard punt down to the 42. Terry Parker will have it there. They've had good field position. They had good field position the first time after the bad call by the officials, but we stopped them on a 3-and-out, so they'll start here at their 43-yard line, and we'll see if the defense can do the same thing.
It's about the same spot that Ronnie Ellis that onside kick. Oh, man. I wish you could see that. That'd be one of those, I could joke about for a long, long time. So that was terrible.
First down and 10. Will Weiss, the quarterback for Terry Parker, number 3. They line up in a little different formation this time. One receiver to the right and left and 2 guys in the backfield. They're going to give it to number 1. He was one of the guys listed as athlete on the roster, and that is Artis Maddox, and he goes around the right end to pick up about 5 yards. Second down and 5.
Those athletes, those are the ones you don't want getting the ball.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. Maddox that time lined up in the backfield with the quarterback. This time he'll line up in the slot as a receiver. So really, those are the guys that you can just put anywhere on the field. And now they line up two guys back with the quarterback again. They've got one in the slot, and they're going to give it to the deep guy again. They're going to run this one for a first down as he gets across midfield, and that was number 7. This is Rollins on the carry, and he's another guy listed as athlete on the roster.
Good Lord, I tell you what, Connor South with a great play there, though. Those outside linebackers are going to have the work cut out for them, though, Mike. You got to fill that hole a little bit quicker.
Third down play coming up now. Third down. They give it to
there you go.
The running back is in there, and I said third down. They got the first down on the last play, so that was actually a first down play. First down, they give it to Turner. Much better defense that time as we held him to a yard.
And that was Connor South again who made the play before that. Connor South does a better job that time. He does. He fills the hole a lot quicker and doesn't give him Turner a chance to get going.
Cade Richardson checks in. Connor South checks in. There's a fumble on the ground, and the Wildcats fighting for it. And they had one guy that was kind of coming in motion in the tight end spot that time, and the ball kind of rolled right in front of him, and he dove on it. It'll be a third down.
I'll say this. Natrell Page just blew number 72 up. 72 was the guy we were talking about before the game, Mike. I mean, just a humongous man down there on the offensive line, and Natrell Page just put him on his tail.
Well, I think his problem, Jackie, is he's too big. Third down, 11. Third down, 11. Weiss in the shotgun. They had a receiver leave too early, no flag. They throw it deep down the right sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. They're going to call a flag on the Cats over there in coverage. The Cats had good coverage on the far sideline, and they're going to get one of the Cats. It was Crawford and Williams over there covering. The pass was incomplete, but the flag was thrown in on the play.
Those are one of those, too, you hate to see because Ronnie Ellis was in great coverage. He didn't need to do anything. He had Cameron Crawford coming from his safety spot to help him, so there was no way the receiver was going to catch that ball. So Terry Parker gets bailed out on that one, a 3rd and 11 when the Wildcat defense should have got off the field.
And this is where we've been bend but don't break, and let's see if we can do that again. 2:01 to go first quarter. Cats still on top, 6-0. First down play from the 32-yard line. Will Weiss calls for the snap. They're going to give it to the deep back. The Wildcats are all in the backfield, and Camille Rollins is the last guy to get him. Cade Richardson was in there to make him go the other way, and it'll be a loss of 1 yard on the play.
Cade Richardson blew that one up from the get-go there. He had nowhere to go. And Camille Rollins, like you said, Mike, able to get in there and clean it up. But so far, I tell you, that defensive front doing a good job tonight.
3-man front right now. You've got Kyler Cruz, Weston Abra, and Zane Mobley with Rollins sneaking up from the linebacker spot. Second down, 11. They're going to swing one out to the right side. Long throw over there. He gets a block from the receiver, and the receiver's going to get upfield for about 10 yards, about a yard short of the first down. The one block that the receiver had to make out there, he made it, and it freed up the back to get out there. That was a long play. It took a long time. One of those plays you think the defense should be able to cover.
Yeah, and I think they could have. Yeah, again, you got to rally to the ball a little quicker there. Ronnie Ellis doing a great job fighting through that block to make the receiver turn and go the other way, and he makes one man miss.
Third down and 1, and Weiss, the quarterback, is going to fake the jet sweep and keep it himself. And Weiss is going to pick up the first down. That second down play was a killer, 10-yard pass completion down there after a loss of 1 on first down, and that makes it an easy third down conversion. So first down for Terry Parker now from the Wildcat 21.
Yeah, you talked about it all season long, bend but don't break. Well, we got to quit bending at some point.
Under 30 seconds to go first quarter. Weiss is going to give to the running back in the backfield here, and Turner's going to get down toward the 16-yard line, a gain of about 5 yards on first down, and that might be the last play of the first quarter. They're going to try to line up quickly now. The quarterback's going to go over. They're going to let the clock run out. Jackie, you had an announcement that you wanted to make here. Actually, the Cats are going to make them run a play as Coach was coming down to call a timeout. And the Wildcats want to make them run a play here as we call timeout. But, Jackie, you told me there was something going on in the community tomorrow that you wanted to make an announcement on.
Yeah, I was talking to Randall Hodges, the owner of Hodges Produce up there, and they're going to be having a benefit dinner and raffle drawing tomorrow at Hodges Produce. All proceeds will be going to help Charlie Burnett. been in the hospital. He's recovering now, doing good. I believe it was a lung transplant, I believe is what he had, Mike, and so doing very well, doing better, and so they're trying to raise money for him. So tomorrow, if you're not doing anything from 11 a.m. until they sell out, they're going to have barbecue dinners, pulled pork or smoked chicken legs with collard greens, potato salad, baked beans, or coleslaw up at Hodges Produce. And I'll tell you what, everything you get from there is fresh. So I can assure you that that's going to be a good meal. I may have to go get me something tomorrow.
And for a good cause. And so I know folks in the Baker County community are fantastic about rallying around a good cause. And Mr. Burnett, we hope that you have a speedy recovery. And I tell you, I think a lot of people just made lunch plans.
No doubt.
Second down, they give the ball to Turner again, and this time one of the Cats knifes in the backfield, and that's Zane Mobley on the big tackle there to stop him in the backfield, and it'll be a 2-yard loss and make it a 3rd down and 7.
Great play that time by Zane Mobley to end the first quarter.
Good call by the Cats there. I tell you, I wasn't sure exactly why Coach Mays wanted to call timeout there, but it's kind of one of those kind of head game things. You know, you get in their head a little bit. They were going to just let the clock run out in the first quarter. You call timeout, make them run a play, get some momentum back after the big tackle in the backfield there, and that kind of motivates your team on this 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge play. An opportunity here again to get this Wildcat defense. Now, I think if you're Parker, I didn't see him warming a field goal kicker up before the game. So this is probably 4-down territory for them, but nonetheless, going to be in a 3rd and long situation here.
Well, they might have just added a kicker to the roster because, Jackie, the roster they gave me, I'm going to show you this so you can see it. The roster they gave me, there's a kicker right in.
Oh, okay. They picked him up on the way. I was
very possible. He's a 10th grade kicker, and they wrote him in ink pen at the bottom of the roster, so they could have just added him today. So I did not see him warming up either. I actually didn't get here as early as I normally do for the football game, so I didn't have my normal pregame routine today. So I'm feeling a little off.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. You were doing the home alone through the airport today.
Yeah, 3rd down. Look, Jackie, they've got the downs wrong because it should be 3rd and 7. They've got the down marker set up at a 3rd and 2. It should be 3rd and 7.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Come on, guys.
You flipped the field, guys. That just moves the whole thing. Well, so when you were going this way, that's what it looked like. Now you're going this way. You got to flip the down marker too, man. Holy cow.
We just stopped him in the backfield for a 2-yard loss, so they moved the ball back here, which is the right thing to do. It should be 3rd and 7, absolutely.
Of course, Terry Parker, coaching staff, they're over there arguing the call.
Well, they're wrong. I mean, it's 3rd. Yeah, it was clearly 3rd and 7. These guys, I tell you what, man.
Okay, so they're saying they didn't have the chains right.
Well, they had the ball wrong, too. They moved the ball back 5 yards, and they moved the chains up 5 yards. We still get 3rd and 7, which is where it should be.
Okay.
So I can live with that, but something just was totally incorrect about that. 3rd down at... They still don't know. I mean, you got one job. You're an officiating crew with one job, and you can't remember where the ball was on the previous play before the quarter ended. And now they're going to move it down to the 18. And, okay, so the down marker is still there, so it's 3rd and 7. Okay. All right. My goodness.
I may have to take this fancy equipment Jeremy Hike gave me down there.
Show them some replays.
Show them what to do.
3rd down and 7. Here we go. Weiss is in the shotgun. He looks to fire the ball. He fires one over there, and he's got a man wide open inside the 10-yard line, and that guy was behind our linebacker, and the corners were both deep down the field. He just kind of snuck in there, and he was all alone at the 10, makes the catch, and gets all the way down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Terry Parker.
That was the first breakdown in coverage I think we've had all season. I'm not saying guys hadn't caught the ball on us, but that time nobody covering the running back out of the backfield. So a little miscommunication there on the Wildcat defense and cost us dearly.
total breakdown that time. Nobody around the receiver. He makes an easy catch, first down and goal at the 2. Just underway second quarter. The Cats with a 6-0 lead. They line a Wildcat up here with Turner, the running back. He's going to be tackled a yard upfield, so he gets a 1 yard down to the 1, maybe the 1.5. It'll be second and goal from right there.
He didn't get a whole lot. My goodness, Camilo Rollins and Cameron Crawford came through there like they were shot out of a cannon, not letting him get much. Wildcat defense, what a stand this would be. Wildcats up 6-0. Terry Parker knocking on the door.
From the 1.5, quarterback back in there. He's going to hand the ball off. No, he fakes the handoff inside, goes around the left end, and they're going to say touchdown. He was met right at the goal line, but he goes in from a 1.5 yards out, and Terry Parker now matches the Wildcat score to make it a 6-6 ball game.
Oh, man. We talked about that too, Mike, a couple times. You know, this Wildcat defense had a chance to get off the field. A penalty cost them on a pass interference on a 3rd and long situation, and breakdown in coverage again on 3rd down. Terry Parker able to pick up the first down. So a couple little things on defense we gotta iron out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 10:42 to go, and now the guy I told you, the right end kicker, is out on the field. The sophomore for Terry Parker. They're going to try the extra point, but we get flags down before the play. Timeout on the field. So after the timeout, we'll find out if they have field goal kicker or not. Right now it's 6-6 ball game, 10:42 to go, second quarter. Jackie, this time of year, you can feel at nighttime like this at least, you can feel a little bit of that cool fall breeze starting to blow in, and a lot of our guys that listen in from where, Jackie?
They're in the tree stands, in the woods, somewhere.
Talked to Mike Rogers this afternoon. He was wanting a prediction from me for the Florida-Auburn game tomorrow, so don't worry, you'll get a prediction from me at halftime when we do our Farm Bureau halftime report from halftime. So Mike on his way to Georgia to do some hunting. I also talked to my guy from McClinney Tire and Lube earlier, Mr. Phil Duval down there, and he said he was on his way to Milledgeville, Georgia this weekend, so I know he's listening in. So I'll give you another chance. If you're listening in from a hunting camp, give us a shout. We'll give you a shout. So Phil, Mike, go Wildcats. Here we go. PAT on the way, and he's going to get it right through the middle. And now, oh boy, Terry Parker has a 7-6 lead over the Cats. So let's take a timeout. 7-6 Terry Parker, 10:42 to go first half. We'll bring it back in after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Nope, Syracuse. And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClinney, Florida. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker, bringing you all the action of Baker County Wildcat football 2019. Deep kick here. Jaquan Page is going to take it around the 5-yard line. That's not boy. He's got a hole around the left side. And number 25 for the Cats, number 25 on the return. That's Jamad Ruiz. And Jamad takes it all the way out to the 42-yard line.
What a great return by Jamad Ruiz that time. A lot of room on this left side, and he saw it. You know, that kicker, man, he ain't bad either. They picked him up on the way up here. I wondered, with Minshew Mania going on, he just saw a kid with a mustache and said, hey, man, come kick for us.
Oh, my gosh, don't even start talking about that. This guy was playing the 0-4 Denver Broncos last week. We'll talk about that at halftime, too. Okay, I've got some thoughts on that. First down and 10, Cats from the 42. Handoff inside Jamarian Baker, and Jamarian Baker is going to get a little 5-yard carry out near the 47. And that's Wildcat football, Jackie. If we can get 5 yards a pop and move the chains, and keep the ball moving, progressing, stay ahead of the chains, as they call it nowadays, the fancy term. That's what you need to do from an offensive perspective. Second down play now, and Bowen's going to toss sweep again into the boundary this side. Baker's got it across midfield, and he's not going to be tackled until he gets down to the 47 of Terry Parker, and that's going to be a first down.
I'm trying to look there at 52. A.J. Shoemaker out there and playing a little fullback for us, Mike. We going.
Yeah, they lined him up earlier on, and I was going to mention that, but he was only in for one play. Now they've had him in there a couple more times. A little different look than we've had, and like Jackie told you right before kickoff tonight, we're hoping we get Scooby Graham back soon. Scooby, I don't see Scooby on the sideline, Jackie. If you're listening, is he down there?
Yeah, he's down here.
Yeah. First down play here. The Cats had it at the 47 of Terry Parker. Another inside run this time, and the Cats are going to get it down to the 44. 3-4-yard gain on first down. The Cats trying to go fast here. Shoemaker again lines up in there in that fullback spot. 9.5 to go, second quarter. 7-6, Terry Parker on top. They give the ball to Baker. Baker inside. He's going to get the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. A hard run for Jamarian Baker, and the Cats are inching toward four-down territory here. It's 3rd and 2.
Doing a great job tonight, I tell you. I mean, positive plays for the most part in that running game. So the offensive line doing what they're supposed to do, and Jamarian Baker doing the rest.
3rd down and 2, and Baker's going to get another first down for the Cats as he takes it down inside the 40-yard line down to the 39. And the Cats are going to move the chains here again, and that's what they did on the first series, Jackie. We ran a lot of clock. We had about a 5-minute drive, ended up with a good touchdown pass from Bowen to Cameron Crawford, and now the Cats kind of getting back into a rhythm here, 1st and 10. Ball sitting on the 36 of Terry Parker, and a whistle.
Terry Parker's going to have to call timeout. We had Carson Crawford and Christian Taylor out here, and there was only one cornerback covering two guys out here to the left. So Carson Crawford, he was waving his hands to Alex Bowen saying, throw me the ball, and Terry Parker takes a timeout.
8:54 to go, second quarter, a 7-6 lead for Terry Parker right now, but the Wildcats moving with the football, 1st and 10 from the 36 of Terry Parker. And Jackie, a moment ago, I was giving some shout-outs to my man Phil Duval and Mike Rogers, those guys that always listen in. And hunting season about to get underway, and it's an exciting time for a lot of people in this area. But one guy that I forgot to say hello to earlier, Jackie, was the guy I was looking for. I got here late. You already know that. I got here a little bit later than normal, but I went down to the booster tent where I got you set up for a TV interview, and then I was looking for Kelly Cruz, my man, Kelly. Biggest Georgia Bulldog fan on the planet. I couldn't find him anywhere. First down play, they're going to give it to Baker. Baker runs to the 35, and he's inside the 35, still on his feet fighting for yardage down to the 32. And he picks up a good 5 yards again on first down for the Cats. But, Jackie, I couldn't find Kelly anywhere, and I found out that Kelly had gone home and wasn't feeling good this afternoon. So I don't know if the heat got to him today, but he's listening at home to the Wildcat football game, and Kelly Cruz says go Wildcat. Second down play, 2nd and 5. Baker again. The Wildcats handing it off to Baker. He's inside the 30 and down to the 27. And Baker again close to 5 yards on the play. It's just going to depend on the spot. He's close to the first down, but I think it's going to be 3rd and short.
Very close to the first down. Yeah, Kelly told me this is the first game he's missed since 1998. First home game he's missed.
98?
98. That's what he said.
Good gracious.
He had more hair back then.
Yeah, they gave him the first down. I knew it was close.
Yeah. I thought he called third down. I was with you, Mike. It was close, but gave us the benefit of the doubt.
First down and 10 at the 26 of Terry Parker. The Cats moving the ball down the field on this drive. Jamarian Baker this time is upended as he goes around the left end. The linebacker comes in, and here's a flag after the play. Carson Crawford's walking away from the play, and I don't know who they're going to get here.
They've been, so Carson Crawford and this cornerback, they've been getting into it the whole evening because Carson Crawford is just a tough.
Oh, somebody just threw a water bottle.
No, I don't want to see that.
Somebody just threw a water bottle at the player on the field, and why would you do that?
Well, because he's over there talking to our cheerleaders, and I'm not sure what he's saying. We can't see it, but, yeah, you don't do that.
I mean, Carson Crawford's not a guy that's going to get a personal foul on somebody without somebody instigating it, but this one's going to go against the Cats. And like you said, they had been tussling. I've seen them tussle after the play a few times, and they're still talking. And Derek Parker, I think the Terry Parker guy was probably guilty, and Carson Crawford was
there's no doubt.
guilty of retaliation.
I've seen them, and then I saw the back judge come say something to him a minute ago. What it all boils down to is Carson Crawford is handing it to that cornerback on every play. I talked about you blocking downfield. He's done it every time, and that boy don't want no more. And he's been down there grabbing on Crawford's face mask and everything else.
15-yard penalty against the Cats, and we're lucky something else didn't happen there. Somebody, I don't know who, threw a water bottle down on the field, and you can't do that, folks. You just can't do it. It doesn't matter what's going on down there. Let the folks sort it out. You can't do stuff like that.
Talking to somebody's girlfriend, maybe.
I mean, maybe, but you just, I know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on down there. Let the people in charge handle it. And don't do stuff like that. Second down play. The Cats had gained, I want to say, on that last play, Baker was tripped up right at the line of scrimmage, so it was no gain. And that penalty came after the play, so we don't get first down over. It'll be second down after the 15-yard penalty. So now you got a 2nd and 25. So a drive that was really promising, Jackie, that penalty hurts.
It does. No, there's no doubt about it. Unfortunate.
Oh, my gosh. They move it to third down. Why would that be a loss of down? Third down play. He's got a man open down there trying to hit him inside the 10. And the pass is incomplete as the safety comes over and knocks it out. It looked like Tracy White was going to haul that in, Jackie. A good throw by Bowen, but incomplete. And I don't know. I mean, now it's fourth. The Baker run was first down. The penalty was on first down. It should have been second down. They marked it third down, and now we got fourth down. So I don't know. You can look it back on your replays there, and I can tell you that we only got 2 downs there.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Alex Bowen's going to punt one away down to around the 10. Return man catches the ball at the 10, and he was going to get upfield to about the 14. But the reason you heard Jackie saying so much there is because it was a clear block in the back.
On the first man down there. You know what I mean? Like, if you miss it out here somewhere, but it's the first man down to the receiver who gets pushed right in the back, right in front of the play, and you don't throw the flag. My goodness. I was trying to do better, Mike. I'm trying not to talk about these officials. You know, I like to get going on those guys, and I try. Tonight, I told myself I listened to some meditation music on the way here. Told myself I wasn't going to get riled up at them. They're just doing their job, but my goodness.
Well, he wasn't blocked in the back. He was tackled from behind, and it was a clear penalty. But the thing that bothered you the most is that the official standing right on the spot did not throw the flag. It was the field judge that came way across the field that threw it late, and so you didn't think they were going to throw the flag, so they finally did. Either way, they're going to line up back inside the 10 here from the 8-yard line. Weiss goes to the shotgun. Terry Parker has a 7-6 lead over the Wildcats with 7:15 to go in the first half. They're going to sprint a receiver in motion here. He gets caught up. They're going to run a little screen underneath, and the Wildcats had it defended well, but it's incomplete anyway.
Yeah, Kyler Cruz that time comes in free with pressure on the quarterback. Man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, John. The phone line just shut off. Sorry, man. And we're back here. We apologize, folks, for that bit of technical difficulties. Jackie, I think the North Florida Officials Association just cut us off the air from somewhere remotely. But you didn't miss anything. We just had a penalty, 5 yards against Terry Parker. So it's still third down and 15 from inside the 5-yard line. The quarterback, Weiss, is in the shotgun. He's all the way back in the end zone. Wildcats have a good pressure. Tyler Cruz broke in there. Now the quarterback's going to run out, and he's going to get all the way out to around the 15, but he's short of the first down. A good job by the Cats to force him out of there, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Great job again by Tyler Cruz. All kinds of pressure coming from his defensive end position, and the quarterback didn't have a chance and scrambles out, and the Wildcat defense rallies and makes him run out of bounds at the 15. So with 6:13 left in the second quarter, the Wildcat offense should start out with decent field position.
And this is where you got to do something right before halftime, because Terry Parker will get the ball to start the second half. Tracy White standing inside their territory about the 42, 43-yard line. We should come out of this with great field position. We've got to capitalize here. Punter stands back there inside his 5. He gets it off. It's not a long kick at all, and it'll take a Wildcat roll and just drop dead right there around the 34-yard line. So we're going to have great field position here as defense does their job again, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34.
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity here for the Wildcat offense. We talked about good field position, better than I thought it was going to be. So 6:04 left in the second quarter. Wildcats down 7-6. Defense, man, they're playing great. Defense playing really good. Offensive line doing a good job tonight. Shamari and Baker running hard, man. Kind of a couple of those runs a little Scooby-esque.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, just running hard, taking 2 and 3 guys with him at the time. So having a great game tonight. Alex Bowen with a dime pass in the back of the corner to Cameron Crawford. So overall, it's been a good game. I hate that it's this close. Wildcats playing really well. These are one of those you look and you would think you were up 2 or 3 scores.
Great field position here after the punt. 6:04 to go in the first half. It is a 7-6 Terry Parker lead, but the Wildcats with the ball at the 34-yard line. A chance for our offense to do something here. Bowen's got 3 receivers split to the left side. Single man coverage out here on the left. Bowen drops straight back to throw. They're going to run a little screen underneath to Baker, and he was tackled right away as there was no blocking ahead on the screen pass.
No blocking on the screen pass at all. But, again, running that to the short side of the field, there's just not a lot of room over there to get anything going. Coach Mays is obviously a much more offensive-minded guy than me, but
and one of these guys for Terry Parker just got reprimanded from the official, and he sent him off the field. He sent him off the field, Jackie. So, I mean, if you get here's the thing though. If you get sent off the field, you should get a penalty flag.
That's what I don't understand. I mean, it didn't.
He just sent him off the field. If you're going to send a player off the field for jawing, you got to throw a flag.
And that's the one that Carson Crawford has gotten tied up with earlier in the football game, and that's what that boils down to. He's got that kid so frustrated he don't know whether he's coming or going. So the only thing he can do is sit over there and run that mouth a little bit.
And I don't know still how you throw a guy off the field, but you don't throw a flag. Second down play, Bowen tries to squeeze it in there to Crawford, and the ball is under. It's almost intercepted, and you hear some of the groans because Joseph Stafford had come out, and he was wide open down the field. I think Bowen, if he takes another second there, might have found Stafford, and he would have been wide open. And a flag down now on the far sideline, and this is going to be a sideline warning against Terry Parker. And I don't know what's going on, Jackie, but those guys, they've come out tonight, and they're talking a lot, and their sideline's talking a lot, and you know, the officials have to get control of that.
Yeah, I mean, you better soon, and they've done better here in the last 5 minutes. Again, I didn't agree with the penalty on Carson Crawford, but at some point you got to get control of it because you don't want it to get out of hand.
Third down and 10 now, Cats. We had great field position, and we need to do something with it, but it's come down to third down, 5.5 to go. Bowen's going to fire one across the middle. He's got a wide-open receiver, and that's Christian Taylor. And Christian Taylor is going to go to the end zone. Christian Taylor came across the middle on a little slant pass across the middle. He caught it around the 25. He took it all the way to the house, and the Cats retake the lead.
And they come out in the same formation, Mike. We just saw Joseph Stafford get loose on the outside, come out in the same formation, and Alex Bowen looks to his left, looks the safety off, and finds Christian Taylor slanting across the middle of the field, and Christian Taylor takes it to the house. What a great throw and catch that time by that Wildcat offense.
And Blake Mays drills the extra point and makes it good, and it's a 13-7 lead for the Cats. 2 touchdown passes for Alex Bowen here early on for the Cats, and that one was drawn up well as Christian Taylor came in there uncovered in the middle of the field, and he outruns everybody to the end zone. Touchdown, Cats.
That was a great, you just talked about it, with great field position, had to do something there. We come out, we've talked about that, Mike. Hadn't got a lot going in the passing game this season, had seen some good things, seen some bad things, but tonight, Alex Bowen on the money with a couple passes here for touchdowns, like you said. So Coach Mays opening it up a little bit against this athletic Terry Parker defense, but guys coming wide open, so I like it.
And I'm happy for Alex Bowen. You know, he had a tough week last week, Jackie. A few interceptions last week in that ball game, 2 interceptions, and to lose that game by 4 points, I'm sure Alex, you know, wanted to come out here tonight and regroup, and I'm happy for him with the 2 touchdown passes he's got early on. And the Cats try another one of these little onside kicks, and we're going to get an offsides penalty, and then Jacob Williams comes in and hits the receiver as he makes the catch, and he's going to get a flag. So the Cats, I mean, that was just bad all the way around for the Cats. We get offsides on the kickoff, and then Jacob Williams comes in there and hits the guy late. You can't do stuff like that. We're going to get 20 yards of penalties here on the kickoff.
That's frustrating. I mean, just when you got some momentum going your way, Mike, you got a chance to really do some things and have, I mean, still plenty of time on the clock. Your defense could get a stop. They're hyped up right now, and a lot of things can happen, but what you don't want to happen is 20 yards taken off from this kick right here, and now look at Terry Parker.
Look at that. They mark them all off, both penalties, the offsides and the personal foul, and it goes back to the 20 for the kickoff.
That's frustrating.
Well, it's frustrating in the sense that here's you know, Connor Waite, he's sidelined right now. Blake's coming in there, and he's doing a good job kicking the ball, but we haven't been kicking it deep, and now you go all the way back to the 20, and we're going to be giving up good field position, I'm afraid. They're going to get it right around midfield here, and he's got the ball, and he's running it back to the 45. He's going to be tackled right there. So a good job by coverage for the Cats, but they start in Wildcat territory at the 40-yard line. That was 34 Austin Rich on the tackle.
Great tackle that time by Austin Rich. And you and I thought about this before, and I don't know that I ever got clarification. So a kick out of bounds starts on the 40-yard line. What happens if you're back there and you just kick it out of bounds?
Well, you know, nobody would probably want to answer that, because the answer probably is that it should go back to the 40. But, you know,
I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know. We'll have
to research that. That may be a game changer at some point.
First down and 10 from the 45 of Baker County. Now they're going to run a Wildcat formation as Weiss, the quarterback, is not in there. They run it back there to Turner. He's going to throw a little toss sweep to the right side. The Cats had it defended pretty well that time. Connor South came up, made him go inside. Zane Mobley there for the tackle. Maybe a gain of 2.
Yeah, that time, great job, Zane Mobley. Connor South, Cameron Crawford back there, making sure that the quarterback makes the pitch and then turns him back inside. So good job that time by the Wildcat defense. Going to bring up 2nd and 8 here.
And that's the athlete, number 1, which is Artis Maddox. He's in there in the Wildcat formation here as the quarterback's not on the field, Weiss. 2nd down and 8. They're going to hand it off to Turner, the running back. And Turner is going to try to outrun Toby Kinghorn to the corner. He's going to pick up about 5 yards, and it's going to make it a 3rd and 3.
And that's what I was talking about right there, and he didn't do anything crazy. But Toby Kinghorn, you got to watch those angles that you take, because those guys are quick, and if you slip up and take the wrong angle there, but Toby does a good job of running him to the sideline and pushing him out of bounds. So 3rd and short here. Wildcat defense with a chance to force another fourth down with 4:15 left to go in the second quarter.
3rd down and 3 now. They run the Wildcat again. Maddox, and they fumble the ball around in the backfield, and the Cats are going to stop him, and then he gets away. The Cats had him wrapped up in the backfield, and the running back, Turner, able to get upfield for about 4 yards. He needed 3, and they get the first down. And they fumbled the football, Jackie. The quarterback, the exchange was bad, and the Wildcats had a chance to have him wrapped up in the backfield, and they let him go. First down, Terry Parker.
Had him stopped, Mike. Had him stopped for about a 1-yard loss there. Was going to bring up 4th and 4, and that's all on the Wildcat defense and not getting off the field now.
Quarterback Will Weiss checks back into the ball game. Will Weiss going to hand it straight ahead, and this time Maddox goes from Wildcat to running back, and Maddox is going to pick up about 3 yards down to the 30. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Cade Richardson going to check into the game. Zane Mobley coming out. Both of those guys doing a great job tonight. That whole defensive front knew they had their work cut out for them, and so far they've shown that they're up to the challenge. Wildcats up 13-7. 3 minutes here, ticking on the clock in the second quarter.
Terry Parker will get the ball to start the second half of play here tonight. They trail the Wildcats 13-7. Baker County on top. 2 touchdown passes from Alex Bowen in the first half tonight. And we're going to get a flag before the play here. Quarterback Weiss was dropping the throw, and he was looking deep to the left corner. Let's see. It's going to be a false start against Terry Parker. That'll back him up 5 yards. 2 touchdown passes for the Cats, Jackie. One of them went to Cameron Crawford early on, and then the second one just a moment ago to Christian Taylor. Both touchdown passes from Alex Bowen to give the Wildcats 13 points tonight. We've got 1 out of 2 extra points, so it's a 13-7 ball game. And now Terry Parker, with that penalty, makes it a 2nd and 12. They're at the Wildcat 35-yard line after some issues the Cats had on the kickoff coverage a moment ago, so they're trying to do something with it. Swing it out to the left side. He hits the receiver in motion as he's headed up the field. Good pass that time by Weiss is caught in motion, and the receiver is going to pick up about 7 yards to make it a 3rd and 5.
That was a good pass. A lot of times you see him throw it right to the receiver, and he's got to get his forward momentum going. That time Weiss puts it out there, leads him a little bit, and the receiver is able to catch that at full speed. But a great play over there. Looked like Ronnie Ellis and Cameron Crawford.
3rd down and 5. Call it 3rd and a long 5 here, and they're going to run Weiss to the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right side. Weiss calls for the football. Going to run a little screen pass. The Wildcats have 1 guy there to tackle him, and Turner is going to get the first down as he drags the defender with him upfield for a couple of yards, and that is going to be a Terry Parker first down at the 22-yard line.
I don't know what else to do, Mike. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's not like they're 3rd and 2s and the pile's getting moved or anything like that. I mean, these are 3rd and 5, 3rd and 7 situations, and this Wildcat defense just cannot get off the field. And in a tight game like this, those are the ones you got to capitalize on, man.
A minute and a half to go. Terry Parker running out of time on the clock, and I don't know if they have any timeouts left. First down play, they're going to give it to Turner, the running back. He makes a cutback, a good cutback by the running back, and he's going to get all the way down inside the 15-yard line, down to close to the first down marker. As Turner went middle that time, the Wildcats had the middle covered, so he was able to jump outside, and when he did, he found about 9 yards of running room over there.
Yeah, that time it was almost like he could see the whole Wildcat defense moving because he took that handoff going right, and he stopped dead in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage and went all the way back to the left.
1:15 to go, first half. Terry Parker sitting on the Wildcat 12 now with a 2nd down and 2. Weiss going to give it to Turner again. They find something with Turner here, and he's going to go around the left end for a first down, but he does not get out of bounds as it's going to be the 9-yard line. He wound his arm to start with, and then he waved his arms to stop the clock. I don't know why you would do that. He had a stop for the first down. But now they wind the clock. 1:06 to go in the first half and counting. First and goal from the 8-yard line. Need a big defensive stand here. Weiss in the shotgun, snaps it back, throws to the right corner over here. He's got a receiver, and the receiver makes the catch, and he gets a touchdown. as the Wildcat defender fell down over here on the play, and the receiver makes the catch falling down out of bounds, and they get a touchdown to even the score back to 13.
Golly, that's frustrating. He was in great coverage, too, and feet got tangled up, and he couldn't keep his balance. And that's the guy, if you want somebody defending the fade on this Wildcat defense, is Ronnie Ellis. A tall, athletic kid, can go up and high point the football, and he was in great position and just unable to keep his balance there. That's frustrating for Ronnie Ellis.
53 seconds the Wildcats will have with the football, and they kick the extra point here, and it looks like it goes wide right. Wide right, absolutely. The kick is no good. Terry Parker coaches aren't happy. He kicked it good. He got a lot of leg into it, but, Jackie, that thing took off right from the get-go. No good.
And that's huge, too. We missed our first one, so now it's a tie ball game, 13-13. Blake Mays, he can rest a little easier than that. It was funny at the coach's show. So the long snapper is Brian Mays. Coach Mays is his middle son, and then Blake Mays is the kicker. So I was aggravating Blake. I said, Blake, what happened on that, extra point the other night? He said, that was a bad snap.
Bad snap.
And then you know how the babies of the family are. So, Coach, he gets the benefit of the doubt, and Brian was at fault.
Well, the missed extra point is going to make it a 13-all game, as that touchdown does tie the game, but they don't go on top with the missed extra point. So, as always in high school football, Jackie, these extra points and two-point conversions are so critical.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So critical.
No doubt about it.
So the Wildcats will have 53 seconds before our Farm Bureau halftime report, and I urge you to stay with us during the halftime break, as we'll have a lot to talk about. Not only this football game, we'll have something to talk about with the college football scene tomorrow, and I might even throw in some NFL. We might even talk about some games last week and some things that happened, and I want to get your opinion on a couple of things. So stay with us. It'll be an entertaining second half, or a Farm Bureau halftime report. Another good kickoff return here by the Cats. Looks like Ruiz is going to take it all the way out to the 38-yard line. And the Cats with 45 seconds on the clock. With 45 seconds on the clock, we'll have it 1st and 10 from the 39.
Yes, what do you do here? Our man Justin Thomas, man, he couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah, he sent me a text that he was running late, and I guess he was running really late.
Nah, he can't make it, so I'm lost, man. I don't know how many timeouts we got. I don't even know what quarter it is right now. So,
well, Justin, just so you know, we miss you, buddy. Get back soon. First down play, Bowen in the shotgun. He fires it over here. He's got Crawford, and the catch is dropped. Crawford was looking ahead to see how much running room he had and where that cornerback was coming, and he dropped it.
Yeah, he was too. Because there was going to be a crease there. He makes one man miss. He's going to be running for a little while, and he knew it and peeked upfield. First thing you got to do is make the catch show. Cameron Crawford, usually a sure-handed wide receiver out there. Caught the first touchdown. That's the one that matters.
Yeah, well, the touchdown mattered, but, you'd like to see some momentum here. 40 seconds left. Terry Parker's going to get the ball to start the second half. And now Jamarian Baker gets free out to the 48-yard line, and that's going to be close to the first down. And they're going to stop the clock with the timeout here. The Wildcats now 32 seconds and almost at midfield. If we convert this first down, Jackie, then you've got some chances here. If you can get in their side of the field, that was a nice run by Baker. And if you can get into their side of the football field here, you might have an opportunity to throw some passes toward the end zone. You just don't know. There's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, you don't know. I believe Blake Mays, he's kicked a 40-yarder. So you move the ball down and at least try to get a field goal going into halftime.
Well, they actually, I can't believe this. We wouldn't have even had to call a timeout there. They actually marked the ball at the 49. It gave us a first down, and that would have stopped the clock anyway. But Coach Mays wanted the timeout because originally they marked it at 9 yards.
Yeah, I didn't even think it was caught.
Who knows?
Yeah, no, you're right. Who knows? Let me look at my instant replay that Jeremy Height hooked me up with, man.
You been following any of the Major League Baseball playoffs so far this year, Jay?
Well, no, because, some people are either at work at 4 o'clock when the Braves play or on their way home at 5 o'clock. What is that?
First down and 10 from the 49-yard line. Here we go. Alex Bowen's under pressure. He's going to get it away, and it's going to be incomplete. He was under major pressure from the backside that time, and he just gets it off. Lucky we don't get a grounding call there. And still some more talking from the Terry Parker players out there. My goodness. Anyway, second down play coming up now for the Cats. We were going to take a shot there, Jackie, and Bowen just had to run out of there with pressure. But either way, second down and 10 now. I was going to tell you, here we go, second down play. He's going to air one out deep. He's got Stafford or Ruiz over here on the sideline. He had a step on the receiver, and the cornerback came over and looked like he might have just pushed him out of bounds, and no flag down there. It'll be third down. But I was going to ask you about these playoffs the other day. You know, the wild card game Tuesday night, I think it was, the Nationals were playing the Brewers, and the Brewers had that 3-1 lead the whole game. Nationals scored late, so the Nationals got the victory. But the Braves lost yesterday. They came back and got a win today. You see that?
Oh, yeah. That's who we're going. Oh, goodness.
Page is going to run it here on third down. The Cats, after that pass downfield didn't hit, they just want to run the clock out here. And Terry Parker's got one left, and they're going to call it now. So 10 seconds on the clock, and fourth down. Terry Parker's going to make Coach Mays make a decision here, but only 10 seconds. And we're going to punt it.
Can you punt with a safety valve? You know, you know how, like, when you go into the victory formation and you put a guy away.
Oh, yeah. Well, he could just run that way until the call. I mean, he could just run that way and try to run 10 seconds off.
I mean, I'm thinking, like, maybe put Tracy White or, like, Ronnie Ellis down here. So Alex Bowen standing at the Wildcat 43-yard line. So let's put one of those guys on, like, the 30-yard line just in case it gets blocked, you know, they can go down and make sure they make the tackle.
But the other thing you could do here with only 10 seconds, you could run a fake and just run the ball.
Yeah.
And you would run 7 seconds off the clock, and even if you don't get it, they would only have 3 seconds, you know. Good punt here by Bowen. He kicks it back inside the 10. The return man going to catch it. He fumbles the football, but he picks it back up at the 2-yard line. Wow. Almost a costly mistake by their return man as he fumbled the football inside the 5, and the Cats immediately tackled him at the 2-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. That was about to be one of those why did I do that moment. Terry Parker called a timeout just to get that punt. Alex Bowen hits a great punt, and it takes an awkward bounce, and Terry Parker, man, muffs it. Man, I thought we were going to score, Mike.
It was close to that, but he did a nice job of recovering the football after he fumbled it there, and then he got tackled right away. The Cats stopped him at the 2, so now we'll just play safety protect here and see if they're going to try to run a play. I mean, 13-13 ball game right before halftime. I'll remind you, we've got our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report coming up in just a few minutes here on 97.5 WFBB. And it's been an entertaining first half of play here. Dead even right now, 13 all, as we're close to halftime. Only 2 ticks of the clock remain here in the first half. They are going to put the quarterback in shotgun all the way back in the end zone.
Snap it over his head.
And the Cats are going to rush him. And he was going to try to throw a screen pass, and he bobbled the football. The Cats are going to tackle the runner at the 1-yard line, and that was almost 2 plays of disaster for Terry Parker. My goodness. And a flag down. And if that's holding in the end zone, that could be a safety. What, in the clear the field? Oh, my goodness. You got to take the penalty because if it's in the end zone, well, let's see what the penalty is first.
I mean, it's holding, but it must have been on the half-yard line is where the flag was sitting. This has been a bold strategy, Cotton, from the Terry Parker Braves. My goodness.
Yeah, well, you got to take the penalty and make them run another play here.
Well, yeah, because he can't kneel it. There's nowhere he can go to kneel the football. I mean, they have to run a QB sneak right here.
So a little drama here at the end of the half. The Wildcats almost got 2 breaks. That time, the quarterback, Weiss, went to throw the football, and like one of those football follies films, he just kind of lost it. So now Weiss, like you said, he's going to run it straight ahead, and he's going to just push the pile out for a couple of yards, and that'll end the first half of play here. 13-13 ball game as both teams now will head to the locker room. And interesting first half of play. Alex Bowen, a couple of touchdown passes. The Wildcats defense plays good defense. And the Wildcats in a dead heat here with Terry Parker at the half, 13-13. When we come back, we will have our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report right here from Memorial Stadium. My crew, Jackie Baker, will bring you all the conversation pieces that you want to hear. There's some big games in college football tomorrow. There's some things happening in the NFL. Jackie, there were some things that happened in college football last week that I'm going to ask you about, and we'll talk about all that and more when we come back to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. We're going to take about a 5-minute timeout, and then we'll be back with more Wildcat football on 97.5 WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Berkins of Berkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Berkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Berkins at Berkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BerkinsChevy.com.
Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress of McClenny is proud to again sponsor Wildcat football. Gibson McDonald has furniture, mattresses, and appliances in stock and ready for delivery. Gibson McDonald has electronics and lawn and garden equipment. Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress in the Winn-Dixie Plaza in McClenny.
Alan Tanner at McClenny Motor Parts is a longtime supporter of Wildcat football. McClenny Motor Parts stocks parts for all makes and models. And what they don't have, they can get. McClenny Motor Parts, US 90, downtown McClenny. Open weekdays 8 till 6, Saturdays 8 till 2. McClenny Motor Parts, your Napa know-how store.
Napa know-how, Napa know-how. Napa know-how, Napa know-how.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat Football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with a sun protection factor, or SPF, of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. UVA rays age the skin, UVB rays burn, and both cause cancer. But the perfect sunscreen doesn't count if you use it wrong. Don't need sunscreen on a cloudy day? Wrong. 80% of UV rays still get through the haze. Only use sunscreen at the beach? Nope. Anytime you're outside, UV rays attack the skin, so you need protection. And you have to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker, bringing you all the action Wildcat football 2019. The Wildcats hosting Terry Parker tonight. District ball game here at Memorial Stadium. The Wildcats 3-2 on the season. Terry Parker 2-2 on the season. Both teams really needing a win in district play. And right now, after one half of football, all tied up 13-13. Alex Bowen has 2 touchdown passes tonight for the Cats. Cameron Crawford caught one, and Christian Taylor caught the other one for the Cats. One in the first quarter, one in the second quarter. Blake Mays was able to get the extra point on the second touchdown for the Cats. And I tell you, good offensive production on a couple of series. We kind of got past some of the execution issues we had, although we had a couple of series inside their territory that we didn't get it. But first drive of the game tonight, Jackie, we drove down in there, and then we took advantage, got the touchdown with a good touchdown pass from Bowen to Crawford on the very first possession of the game. And that's something that you said earlier when we were talking about what we need to do to start the football game off. We did that. That might be the first drive possession touchdown for the Cats this year.
Yeah, Coach Mays knows it. You know what I mean? We're not sitting up here telling these folks anything Coach Mays doesn't allude to week in and week out, that you got to get off to a better start and you got to come out of halftime and find a way to score points. And tonight, they were able to drive down the field on the first possession. And I think you're right, Mike, because we have harped on that so much. I'm not sure that we scored on a first possession touchdown all season long. So put together a good drive, great pass from Alex Bowen to Cameron Crawford, who does a good job making sure he keeps his feet in bounds. And able to come back. Terry Parker kind of took control a little bit there, but that Wildcat offense able to hang in there, puts together another great drive and another great throw by Alex Bowen, that time to Christian Taylor. And so we sit knotted up here 13-13. And we got one on the opening drive, Mike. Can we come out and get one on the opening drive of the second half?
Well, if we do, it'll be on defense because Terry Parker is going to get the ball to start the second half. But you mean let's get a 3-and-out, get the ball back, and go get a touchdown. Well, I tell you, really, that was about as even scoring-wise as the first half as you can have. The Wildcats took the lead 6-0. We missed the extra point. Terry Parker came back, took the lead back 7-6. Then we went to the second quarter with Terry Parker leading 7-6. Cats came back, regained the lead on the Christian Taylor touchdown pass from Alex Bowen, and made it. Blake Mays' extra point made it a 13-7 ball game, and then Terry Parker came back right before halftime there, able to get a touchdown to make it a 13-all game. They missed the extra point, so that's how we stand knotted up. Both teams with one made extra point, both teams with one missed extra point. Jackie, really the key to me for the Wildcats to come out in the second half is to establish some dominance on the first defensive possession. You got to come out, give them a 3-and-out. You got to come back and get the football, like you said, and make something happen. And I think if the Cats can do that, we can take the momentum into the second half of play here and go win this football game. But you cannot let Parker come out and go score a touchdown on the first drive.
No, because here's the thing. Parker is in the same situation as Westside was, as what Live Oak Swanee was. They play a lot of guys both ways, Mike. You talk about athletes. Well, when you got that athlete tag behind your name, that means you're playing a lot of different positions on that football field. And I'm going to tell you what, if you can come down, the only way those guys don't just wear down and get tired is if they have the momentum. If you're winning and you're scoring, man, they're able to stay jacked up the whole second half. But if the Wildcat offense can come out, put some points on the board, and defense just kind of lay on those guys and wear them down, I tell you, I think you would see a very similar situation as you did in Live Oak in the fourth quarter.
Both of those touchdowns in the first half were brought to you by Larry Birkins and Larry Birkins Chevrolet down there, those 2 Wildcat touchdowns. And what does Larry say, Jackie?
Just come on.
Just come on. He's one of our Wildcat sponsors, making it possible for Wildcat football to be on each and every Friday night. Dual State Real Estate, Sabrina Thrift, Gibson McDonald with Joel and Robin down there. Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, sponsor of our Monday Night Coaches Show. My man Tim Hughes and American Recycling. McClenny Motor Parts, Alan Tanner, Napa, down there on US 90. Country Financial Credit Union, along with, I just said, Birkin Chevrolet. But at this particular time, Jackie, none more important than Farm Bureau. Baker County Farm Bureau Insurance, our halftime sponsor, and we bring you back into our halftime show here. And, Jackie, I got a lot to talk to you about. We're going to go pretty fast. But real quick, 259-6332 is the number to call. Justin Webb and Jack Baker. And last week they had a community day down at Heritage Park, Jackie. Did you make it down there?
Yeah, I was able to get down there. I told you last week I'm not going to pass up free food. So I was able to go down there after our football game, and they had snow cones and a video arcade truck down there for the kids.
Wow.
And bounce houses and all kinds of stuff going on down there. Funnel cakes, man. I got me a funnel cake. Those were good. Hey, Dylan Gerard singing down there, and Bob and Kelly Norman. They did their little singing act, and it was great fun, good atmosphere.
Did they have the judges from The Voice down there to turn around in the chairs and all that?
It was me.
Okay. All right, well, that's good. Baker County Farm Bureau, once again, 259-6332, our halftime sponsor. Jackie, getting into the halftime break, the first thing I want to do is ask you about something that happened last week. All right, college football game. I've seen decisions by head coaches this year and the things that they do. We'll poll our listeners on our text line to tell us what they think, okay? But I'm going to throw the scenario out there. I'm going to tell you what I would do, and you tell me what you would do. I already know the answer, but I want you to tell the listeners. But I'm going to put it out here on our text line, which is 859-6383, 859-6383. I want you to text in and just give me your thoughts on this game, all right? North Carolina playing Clemson last week at home. The Tar Heels defense is doing what they need to do, okay? They didn't stop them completely, but they held them to 21 points in a football game. North Carolina has the ball late. They go and get a touchdown, which would be a game-tying touchdown to take the game to overtime if you kick the extra point. But Mac Brown, he's a guy that's been around football a long time, Jackie, a long time Texas Longhorn head coach. He decides on his home field to go for two. Not only does he decide to go for two, they run some type of little option play around the right end, and Clemson blows it up, and North Carolina doesn't get a chance to go to overtime. They don't get a chance to win the game because the two-point conversion fails. And, Jackie, if you look it up, it's a statistical anomaly. Two-point conversion success rate, Jackie, is going to always be somewhere lower than 50%. It just doesn't convert 50% of the time. On that one play, if you make the magic play, if you make the right play call, you get the win right there in front of your home crowd, and everybody loves you. But, Jackie, if you kick the extra point, you go to overtime, they get 4 downs, you get 4 downs. You get chances to get first downs. You have more time, and it's not a rash decision where you lose the football game for your team that played so hard. You're North Carolina's head coach in that situation. What would you have done?
I'll tell you what, I don't want you to ask him. I want you to go ask the University of Louisiana Monroe. What do you do? What do you do? You go down and you take a chance. You got the number 1 team in the country. You're unranked, sitting at 2-2.
Yep.
You drove down the field. You scored a touchdown. Your stadium's going crazy. They look broke. Clemson just absolutely defeated on that drive. I'm going to ride that momentum, Mike. I'm telling you, that's just a terrible play call. I go back to that. That's a bad play call. And I know you say, because it didn't work. No, I'm not running a triple option on the Clemson defense who are too fast sideline to sideline. In that situation, though, I'm going to go for 2. Every time I'm going to go for 2.
Well, and you're right. If a play call works, it's a good play call. If it doesn't work, most of the time, it's a bad play call. But I understand where you're coming from with momentum and everything else. In that situation, I always kick the extra point, and I give my team a chance to go win that thing in overtime. Louisiana Monroe, you're talking about at Florida State, they missed the extra point.
That's right.
And that happens. But listen, I can't argue with that because they did. They missed it. But extra points, percentage-wise, is a 95% thing. 2-point conversions is 40%. But either way, you heard what we said. You text me and tell me what you're thinking, 859-6383. if you tell me your name, I'll read to people later on what you said. All right, Jackie, tomorrow in college football, kind of a garbage day if you look up and down the top 25 matchups, and really across the college football landscape. I looked in the SEC, not a lot of great games tomorrow. There's a couple that stick out overall, but really when you look at the thing, there's not a lot of great games tomorrow. Georgia goes on the road. They play Tennessee on the road tomorrow. Rocky Top, Florida State, they got Clemson next week, so next week will be a bigger week in college football as far as the number of matchups. But it's been a long time, Jackie, since the Auburn Tigers and Florida Gators squared off, and tomorrow Auburn's going to bring a 5-0 team ranked number 7 in the country down to Gainesville. The Gators are getting no love, Jackie. Nobody loves the Gators. As a matter of fact, the only people that really do are Gator fans. You listen to the national media, you listen to the folks that talk about Florida football. Everyone outside of the Florida community doesn't think they deserve to be ranked in the top 10. I think you could say that about a number of teams, right? I mean, I think there's a lot of teams that are in that position, but who knows if they're supposed to be ranked in the top 10 or not. Florida's got a talented group of guys on the offensive side of the ball, from running backs to receivers, and they've got some playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. The question mark for Florida is on the offensive line. Can they do enough on offense to stay with Auburn? Auburn's got definitely one of the best defenses in the country, and they bring in a young quarterback, Bo Nix, who's impressing people. He's the son of Patrick Nix, and you go back to that legacy game back in 1994. I was there, Jackie. I was in the south end zone when Patrick Nix dropped back, and he found an NFL receiver named Frank Sanders. I don't know if you remember that name or not. Frank Sanders stood about 6'2" or 6'3", and he was going up against Michael Gilmore, who was playing safety for the Gators back then, and I think Michael Gilmore was like 5'9". And Patrick Nix threw it up to him, broke everybody's heart. But that was the game that Danny Warfel came in and kind of stole the show. As Kerry Dean started the game, Danny Warfel finished it, and the rest is history as far as Warfel goes. But, tomorrow afternoon in the Swamp, Jackie, it's going to be loud. There's going to be a big crowd there tomorrow. Having that game at home, I think, is a decided advantage for the Gators, no doubt about it. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about the running game for Florida, but, Jackie, I think Kyle Trask, with his decision-making, he gives them a chance to do things offensively. I'm going to tell you what I honestly think, Jackie. This thing comes down to how well Florida plays defense tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You talk about the offense, and, we're going to have to score points, obviously, to win the game. My concern is on the other side of the football, Mike. We have a lot of guys who are out rehabbing injuries, coming back into the game. But let me give you a couple stats. Florida's defense is allowing 86 rushing yards per game. You know how many Auburn's rushing per game? 251 rushing yards per game. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. That's the matchup to watch. And I'm not telling you Florida, has played this, big gauntlet of schedules, but the next 3 games, nobody, I don't care who you cheer for, nobody wants this next 3 gauntlet of games that the Florida Gators are about to go through. But the other thing is, it's not like Auburn. I mean, we're kind of figuring out who Oregon is. I mean, they haven't gone through a gauntlet either. So Florida, in my opinion, will be the toughest team that Auburn's played, and Auburn will be the toughest team Florida's played. So I think there's a lot of things that can happen tomorrow, Mike. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it could go either way. I'm calling it 7 points either way.
Prediction.
I'm going to say 24-17. The Florida Gators win the ball game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to go Florida 34, Auburn 31.
Okay.
For the win. Obviously, it's a homer pick, but that's what I think. Florida 34. I think Florida's able to score some points. I think they might get an interception return for a touchdown, and we'll see. But should be a dandy. I'm looking forward to it, and then I'm looking forward to some other games upcoming in the next few weeks. Jackie, you talked about the Minshew mustache a little while ago. I'm just going to caution Jaguar fans. Let's hold off, okay? They're 2-2, Jackie. They beat an 0-4 now Denver Broncos team last week, and the team they beat before that was not a great football team either, the Tennessee Titans. Now, Tennessee does have a chance to do things, but they look just absolutely lethargic on that Thursday night here. So, listen, I'm I'm all for the Jaguars. I want them to run off some wins. I hope they do, Jackie. But let's hold off on this Minshew magic just yet.
I'm going to ride the wave. I mean, listen, I talked to our buddy Frank Frangie today, man. Let's ride the wave, ride the Minshew mania as far as it'll take us. This guy comes in, he should be 3-1. You want to talk about 2 points at the end of the ball game?
Well, that's another bad decision. So, okay. And by the way, 100% of the texts that I've gotten so far agree. Kick the extra point, win the game, and I'll call those out in just a minute. Kickoff here to Terry Parker. They're going to run the ball out across the 35-yard line, and then a little toss back, a little flea flicker on the kickoff, and they're going to get some extra yardage out across the 40-yard line, and they'll start it out there 1st and 10. But thank you guys for listening in to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. And, Jackie. I mean, out of all 3 people that texted me, 100% said they would kick the extra point. That was Kelly Cruz, Marty Sheffield from down in Palatka, and my man Ben Bailey from First Light Charters. They all said yes, kick the extra point.
And I like all of those guys, but I'm going to say my football knowledge is so much higher than them that I'm just kidding, guys. Everybody knows that's not the truth. You got to take risks, man. You got to. If he goes for it, Mac Brown goes down in history and Clemson's history for the rest of this season.
And for some reason, one text came in from Buck Oden, and all he said was, go Dogs. He said something here about knocking somebody off the throne, but go Bulldogs. And we weren't even talking about Georgia. Weiss is going to run a little quarterback option play to the left side over here. I mentioned earlier that Terry Parker started on the 41 here. Weiss is going to carry it out to around the 48. And it's second down now and about 4. We need to stop them here, Jake.
Oh, you got to get a stop right here. So second down and about 4 here. You love nothing more than to get a stop and let your offense come out and try to get something going. You said it at halftime, Mike, we can't give them any momentum to start this third quarter.
Second down play, second down and 3. They're going to run it with Turner to the right side. There's got to be holding, and they're finally going to get the flag from behind it. Connor South makes the tackle on the far sideline. He would have had the first down, but there's no way you don't get holding on that call. You could have probably picked your number. Three Wildcat defenders running that way, all being held from behind, so it'll be holding against Terry Parker and bring it back.
The only one I could see was big 6'4" Zane Mobley down there, had arms flailing trying to turn around and get his outside contain, and he couldn't even turn his body. He was being held so bad. And so I knew something was going on when Zane doesn't get back there and do anything. And so now the Wildcats got an injured player on the other side. Toby Kinghorn walking off under his own power now.
Okay, he looks good. I wasn't laughing at him. I was laughing at the officials out there. They really, Jackie, they've outdone themselves in the number of comical things they've done tonight. He started walking the wrong way with the football that time. To me, it's just comical.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so second down, let's catch our breath again here. Toby's going to come off. He looks like he's all right there. 11:20 to go, third quarter. Tie ball game here. After the holding penalty, makes it a second down and 17 for Terry Parker. Quarterback Weiss goes to the shotgun, calls for the ball, rolling to his right, throws a pass over there. It's going to be out of bounds and incomplete. Coverage over there by Clark on the play over there, and incomplete on the far sideline. And now we've got them in third and long, and this is where we need to get off the field.
This is what we've been talking about all night long, Mike. This is your opportunity here. You got bailed out by a penalty. I don't want to call it bailed out. It was an obvious penalty, but you set yourself up in a third and long situation. You got to get off the field. This Wildcat defense did not do a good job of that in the first half. So the first opportunity in the second half to get off the field.
Third down, here we go. Third down, 17. Quarterback Weiss in the shotgun. Weiss takes the snap, looking to throw. He's under pressure again. Throws to the right side. You're going to get a flag here at the line of scrimmage. It was thrown in there kind of late. It might be holding again. The Cats had a good rush chasing the quarterback down. I saw 56 and 55. Kyler Cruz was back there, and they're going to decline the holding penalty. So 2 holding calls that time against Terry Parker. And the Wildcat defense does a good job again, Jackie. And we said you need to go 3 and out here. In less than a minute, we caused them to go 3 and out, and we're going to get the football.
Datrell Page, Kyler Cruz, Zane Mobley coming off the field. Off that defensive front, and they did a good job of getting pressure. That's been the one thing in those third and long situations we've kind of said all year. We got to get some pressure on the quarterback, and that time they did. Flush Weiss had the pocket, to make a decision, and Ronnie Ellis was sitting there in great coverage, makes Weiss throw the ball out of bounds. So this Wildcat defense does a great job to start this third quarter of getting off the field.
Punt situation here. We get knocked off the block there. It looked like the Wildcats were coming after it and might have been close to it. One guy kind of got knocked off his route to the punter right there, and maybe we'd have got a hand on that. It comes down to the 35, and it's going to drop dead right there. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats from there. Jackie, we just talked about some of those guys that you were talking about there. 56 is Datrell Page, and 55, Kyler Cruz. Both of them had good rush on that last play. Kyler Cruz has been really fast tonight getting back to the backfield. He was our first dependable heating and air conditioning Wildcat player of the game this year. And good young man, just a good kid, and he's having a game tonight. Zane Mobley's also showing up on that defensive front. We've seen some good play. First down play here, Jamarian Baker gets out across the 35-yard line to around the 38, maybe a 3-yard gain.
So they're coming back right back out, came out a little trips bunch to the right there, so trying to spread them out and let Jamarian Baker work his magic in the middle of the field. They're still, Parker, they're not going to give anything up, man. A lot of guys in the box right here, man-to-man on the outside.
Second down play, Baker's going to get it again, and he's going to carry it across the 40-yard line and out to the 46-yard line. So I missed one of these texts at halftime, Jackie. You might have somebody here that's on your side. Hang on.
They know what's good for them. Oh, dadgummit.
False start for the Cats. We had a 3rd down and 4. And the Cats are going to get the flag going back the other way. So we had it in 3rd and short, Jackie, and it's going to make it 3rd and 9.
They're going to talk about it here. And they've come to the consensus it was. So we were trying to draw them off sides, and Alex Bowen with that hard count had done it. But a Wildcat lineman down there got out of his stance early, and so a chance to pick up a free 5 yards and a 1st down. Now the Wildcats going to face a 3rd and 9 situation, and this is we just got through talking about having to go down, trying to go down and find points on this opening possession.
3rd down play, 3rd down and 9 now. Bowen's going to roll to his right, looking underneath the throw. Now he fires one deep. He's got a man wide open, and Christian Taylor makes the catch, but it's going to be a foot out of bounds, Jackie. We could not keep that left foot out of bounds, in bounds. He was wide open down the sideline, Jackie, but I saw it from here right down in front of me. His left foot came down first, and it was incomplete.
Yeah, he was. He was out of bounds, but a great play that time, something that they saw in the first half, where they had a guy running up the sideline wide open, and Christian Taylor, Alex Bowen, threw a great ball. He had the safety coming over for help, so he had to put it to the outside, and Christian Taylor with a great catch, just unable to get those feet inbound.
That's just a play that right there, when you're that wide open, you got to make sure that you get that foot inbound. And Taylor comes down with the left foot out of bounds. We got a block in the back there, no doubt about it. No call on the play. It looked like 2 maybe blocking the backs over there for Terry Parker. No calls, and now they're going to get a punt return way back into Wildcat territory to the 40. My goodness.
Golly. It's one of those things, Mike, where you hate it, man. I hate to see it. When things, you want to come out, you want things to go your way so bad, and not only do they not go your way, they go the other way.
Well, it's just, stuff like that. I'm going to tell you something. That back judge tonight has not made one call against Terry Parker. I'm just going to say that. And that one was right in front of the back judge. 1st down and 10. Terry Parker, they're going to run the Wildcat formation. They're going to toss sweep it. They're going to toss sweep to the boundary, and they're going to lose yards, Jackie. Once again, to the short side of the field. I'm not sure if that's what he was designed to do on that play, but that's what it ended up doing.
Yeah, I can tell you. He had a couple guys bearing down on him there, and I don't think he wanted that, so he pitched it off there. And the running back wisely ran out of bounds as Ronnie Ellis was bearing down on him, too. So a busted play there on 1st down. Going to be 2nd and 12 here.
Artis Maddox, the athlete, they're going to run the Wildcat here. 2nd down and 12. Same formation. Maddox is going to run it to the left side, and the Wildcats all over him in the backfield, and 2 guys back there. Kyler Cruz, number 55, was one of them, and the other guy is 45, Connor South. We called his name a lot
tonight. And that time, both of them, they just converged on the quarterback, and before he knows it, they were back there so fast. The running back was frustrated that he didn't pitch it, but Artis didn't have a chance to pitch the ball. Kyler Cruz was back there so fast and made the initial lick, and Connor South comes in to help him clean it up. Nothing doing there. So, again, this Wildcat defense, third and long situation here.
Third down, 15. Third down and 15. Cats need to get them off the field again. 8:47 to go, third quarter. Weiss, straight back. He's rushed under pressure. He's going to fire one deep down the side, and it's going to be intercepted. And dropped. It was close to being intercepted and then dropped. Number 20 for the Cats. Number 20 again is Carlos Jefferson, a junior out there. No, Carlos Jefferson's a 10th grader out there playing, and that's a couple of times tonight he's been really close to picking it off.
Yeah, that's Carlos Jefferson in the right position. My goodness, had a chance to grab that one. Unable to keep it all the way through the ground. The receiver had to turn into the defensive back, though, as Weiss was being heavily pressured through that ball, and Carlos Jefferson in the right spot. And so, again, though, this Wildcat defense, we talked about it in the first half, Mike. They've come out and proved me wrong now on two opening drives for Terry Parker, able to stop them and get the ball back.
Wildcats forced 2 punts here, Jackie. Only 3.5 minutes gone in this third quarter, and both teams have had the ball, and Terry Parker's had it twice, and now they're going to get a delay of game on the punt, 5 yards back. So I was going to say, if Carlos Jefferson intercepts that ball back there, it would have been a long punt, and we'd have been down inside the 10-yard line. And anyway, after all that, maybe the punt is better for us that Jefferson didn't intercept.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that when he missed it. I wasn't mad at him.
High snap on the punt. We don't come after this one in a high punt. They're going to let it hit at the 20, and this one does take a Terry Parker roll, so it's going to get down to the 12-yard line. Who was that agreed with you on your text there?
That was Brent Rulis. He said he doesn't know the text line number, but he's going for 2 with the Tebow jump pass. I don't care how you do it. Just go for it, man. Live a little.
Well, I got to give this guy a little bit. I'm going to give him a shout-out. Travis Barton. He cuts both of our hair here in town, Travis Barbershop. I'm going to read to you what he said. He said he was disappointed at me. He said, you're playing the number 1 team in the country. They're better than you, and you're 1 play to the end or 25 yards for both teams. Take the 1 play. That's what Trav said.
I like it, Trav.
So you got 2 guys. I had 15 that texted me that said kick the extra point.
Those are kind of like you're going for 2 statistics.
Right. First down play, the Cats with the ball from the 12-yard line, and Baker's going to run it out of there across the 15, a gain of maybe 3. Second down. Neither offense, Jackie, has done anything to start the second half here. Somebody's going to have to break out and get something to happen. We almost had it with the long pass to Christian Taylor that was out of bounds. Second down play here. Bowen's going to throw the football. He throws across the middle, and he's got a man wide open, and the pass is behind him. He had Crawford down there, and he was wide open in the middle of the field, Carson Crawford, number 17, and that would have been a big gainer.
Yeah, Carson Crawford, I tell you, he had Carson Crawford in the middle of the field, and he had another, I couldn't tell who it was, up the sideline there. So 2 guys open that time, and a little pressure got to Bowen.
Third down play, Bowen fires one underneath here, and this one's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. They tried to run a little short screen and didn't happen.
And the same results from the screen. I've talked about this every week, Mike. Those offensive linemen, you got to get out there and touch somebody on that screen, and that time didn't have a chance. They were trailing the play. But I will say on that one, Jamarian Baker, he's got to stay behind those guys. He outran them and didn't have anything, any protection going forward when he caught the ball.
Advantage Terry Parker here on the field position battle as the Wildcats are going to have to punt it from the 15-yard line. And this is a high boot that he's going to muff initially. Garrett Kane gets absolutely mugged over there, and we're going to get a flag on that finally.
Gee, and it had to come. That's what it had to come from, Mike. It had to come from 40 yards away from the play because the back judge won't call it right in the daggum middle of the field.
Well, I got to tell you, man, I got to tip my hat to Alex Bowen for this spiral punt that he's got going. But what's happening is it's getting to the return man so fast that he's getting back upfield before anybody can get downfield. So as good of a punt as it is, it's kind of not because it's getting there so quick is what I mean. You like that high.
Yeah, you're right. I noticed that on the first one. I didn't know if he meant to do that or not, but you're right on that one. it was the same thing. He kind of shoots it down there, and it almost went over the return man's head, which would have been big, but it didn't, and he's able to corral it. And, I mean, there's nobody within 15 yards of the return man when the ball's getting to him, so you're right.
And here's the bad thing. Eric Kane got tackled back at the 45. They're marking the penalty from the 35. These are the little things.
Yeah.
You know, the little things in a football game. This should really be all the way back to their 45. But, you know, at least they threw the flag and got it back there. But, oh, my goodness. So after all that, it'll be 1st and 10, Terry Parker from the Wildcat 45. And now they're going to mark another penalty off against Terry Parker. So there were 2 flags on the play. And this is a 15-yarder. Yeah, they called a helmet-to-helmet hit on the far sideline over there.
Huh.
Yeah, helmet-to-helmet on that one, and so they get 25 yards of penalties here, Jackie, and it backs them all the way back up to farther than the punt would have gone to begin with.
Yeah, hey, I'll take it.
Wow, good job. So, hey, we
got something going our way.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, man. Terry Parker has gotten away with a lot of stuff that most times you get called for in games, and I'm okay with them getting 25 yards on a play. we had 20 on a play earlier, so 1st down and 10, Terry Parker now. Both teams have had the ball twice here in the 3rd quarter. Both teams have had to punt the ball away both times. Neither team offensively gotten anything going here in a tie ball game, 13-all. They're going to hand the ball to Turner. He's trying to go around the right end, and the Wildcat defense has him wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going nowhere, and that's great pursuit by the Wildcat front. I saw Zane Mobley over there. I saw Camilo Rollins over there, probably some other Wildcats.
There was a host of them, but I'll tell you, a guy who won't get credit for that tackle but did a great job that time was Cameron Crawford. He made the running back come back in. You got to force that man back inside. Can't get beat outside. And that time Cameron Crawford sets the edge and does exactly that.
2nd down, the Wildcats are going to bring a blitz. It gets picked up, and there's got to be holding on that end, and they don't call the flag. The quarterback's going to run around the end and get about 8 yards here on the play. But, my goodness.
Tyler Cruz is getting everything but pickpocketed down there. I mean, that's an absolute mugging taking place on the right end.
I got to stop getting frustrated with the penalties and just call the plays, Jackie. But 3rd and 5, but it looks obvious.
How often do you see holding when the quarterback scrambles out of the pocket and the tackle doesn't know it, so he's engaged and locked up, and that's exactly what happened, and we don't get the benefit of the call.
3rd down play, 3rd down. They fake the jet sweep. The Cats have great pressure, but they run the screen pass at the right time, and they're going to tackle him short of the 1st down. They ran the screen pass. The Cats get a tackle, and it'll be 4th down and about 2. Will they go for it?
Man, this could be a crucial play in the game right here. But I'll tell you what, Mike, whoever just made that tackle did an absolute magnificent job because we brought the pressure. Camilo Rollins and Connor South came in on the blitz right at the snap of the football, and they had the screen dialed up perfectly. And so whoever was back there, I saw Toby Kinghorn, and I'm not sure who else, but whoever made that tackle, man, what a great job.
They got to call timeout, I think. They've got less than 5 to get this play call off, and they're going to get a delay of game. Absolutely. The play clock was dead. Delay a game here. They don't call the timeout. That's just bad coaching, Jackie. It took them forever to run that play, and that's the first flag I've seen that back judge throw tonight.
If they want to call that a make-up call, though, for all the craziness that they've seen and called down there, they can have that. Keep that flag in your pocket. We were going to stuff that anyway.
They were going to go for it on 4th and 2. They can't get the playoff in time, and it's 4th and 7 now, and they send the punt team back on there. And now the field position might flip just a little bit, Jackie.
Just a little bit. We're not going to be backed up inside our own 15.
Tracy, we got to make sure we got the right personnel on the field here.
I told you earlier we had 10 on the.
What's going on?
Another delay game.
Cats are going to get called for 12 on the field, I'm afraid.
No, she called delay game again.
Oh, another delay. Back them on up. I thought when 20 came on, he was an extra guy, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we only had 10. So
yeah,
now
well, that's what I was telling you. Previously on a punt return, we only had 10 down there, and so they didn't get it corrected. Finally do this time.
5 minutes to go, third quarter. The Cats come after it a little bit. Can't get back there. The punt's a high one. It's going to take kind of just a sideways roll, and it'll come dead around the 28-yard line. And now another flag on the field, and Terry Parker is saying it's against the Cats. If it is against the Cats, Jackie, we can't afford that because this was going to flip the field position. And if this is against us, this is going to be one of those 15-yarders, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
They're pointing our way. I'm not sure who it was on.
Ball on the 30-yard line. Yeah, I couldn't tell what was going on.
So we had it at the 28, but you're going to mark off 10 yards here. And we'll probably start inside the 20 again. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Nobody's crossed the goal line in the third quarter or kicked any field goals, so it's still 13-all.
Good Lord.
We're going to get an official timeout here, so while we get that, we're going to take it back to the station. So you're listening to Wildcat Football here. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Alan Tanner at McClenny Motor Parts is a longtime supporter of Wildcat football. McClenny Motor Parts stocks parts for all makes and models, and what they don't have, they can get. McClenny Motor Parts, US 90 downtown McClenny, open weekdays 8 till 6, Saturdays 8 till 2. McClenny Motor Parts, your Napa know-how store.
Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how, Napa know-how.
First down play, the Wildcats go to the middle again here with Jamarian Baker, and Jamarian Baker stood up in the middle of the field and loses a yard on the play. It'll be second down. We're going to come right back with Baker. This time he hits the hole with a head of steam, and he gets across the 20 out to the 23-yard line or so. But again, Jackie, both of these teams now on their third possession of the third quarter, not getting any first downs. And the Cats are facing a third and long, 3rd and 6, and we're going to get a timeout, Terry Parker, before the play. Or something. The whistle blows on the far sideline. And the coach for Terry Parker was upset about something, not sure, but
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know what was going on.
the play was out to the 23-yard line, maybe the 24, a gain of 4 yards for Baker. And right now they just basically stopped the clock, and all the officials are talking. I don't know what for. And so I don't know. Cats are going to split out 3 receivers to the right side. The side judge is going to go back where he was. The head official goes back where he was. No explanation to anybody.
Oh, man. I just needed a break. Coffee break.
I guess we just took a break. Third down play. Alex Bowen to the shotgun. He fakes the handoff to Baker. Now he's going to throw it. He's under pressure, and Bowen's going to get sacked back at the 21. Nothing doing at that time again, and another 3 and out.
No, nothing doing at all on offense for either team right now.
Ugh.
It's frustrating. So frustrating to watch. I felt like that first offensive possession we had in the third quarter, I felt like was our greatest chance.
Bowen, another low line drive kick, and they're going to have a chance to return it. They take it right at the 48-yard line, and he's back to the 30-yard line now, all the way inside this. And when we thought we had the field position flipped, Jackie, we got to check the penalty flag. Another flag on the field, but the field position should have been flipped, and we couldn't get it. They're going to get a chop block against Terry Parker here that's going to give us 15 yards, but I'm going to tell you this, it all depends on where they spot it from.
I mean, we got to do something.
Well, it's the low. I mean, yeah, Alex is doing a good job getting the punts off, but let's angle it to the sideline or something. I mean, he's kicking low line drives right back down the middle, and that's something that the coaches have got to. You got to get with him on special teams and say, hey, you're kicking the ball great. Now let's kick it away from them.
Yeah.
Don't kick the ball down the middle of the field. They had all the time in the world to run the football back.
I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
All right, first down and 10. They mark it back 15 yards on the chop block, so they've still got good field position at the Wildcat 42. It almost feels like the dam's going to break at some point, Jackie, if you keep giving them great field position.
Yeah.
First and 10 from the Wildcat 42. 3:25 to go, third quarter, tie ball game. 13-all. Quarterback takes a snap. They're going to run it to the right side, and I think the running back was thinking about throwing a pass there, Jackie, and he falls down, or maybe he was just going to reverse his field, and he falls down and loses 5 yards.
I think that's what he was thinking. You remember earlier in the game when he stopped behind the line of scrimmage and cut back left, the play was going right? He had that in his mind again, and when he went to cut back left, there was nothing doing. He saw there was nowhere to go. That Wildcat defense had him surrounded, and so he falls down and loses 5 yards.
Second down play, the quarterback fakes the inside handoff. He's going to throw it left side, and it's going to be knocked away by Connor South, maybe, or just a bad pass. As it's incomplete, it'll be third down. And that was not the quarterback. That was number 7, the guy that's been jawing all night, Rollins. He's listed as another one of those athletes on the roster. He actually took the snap and rolled this way to throw it, and it was a bad throw.
Yeah, and they keep him at quarterback. He goes to the sideline to get the play here. So
they've had now, that'll be the third or fourth different guy they've had line up behind center, and Terry Parker has had to use another timeout. My goodness.
Yeah, what they got? One left, if any?
Really kind of an entertaining first half tonight, Jackie, but this second half start with the third quarter has been sloppy on both sides.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And the offensive woes continue for the Wildcats to start a second half. Now, granted, we're normally able to get something going, so you hope here again. I was with you with the field position. I thought we were finally going to flip it, and a couple of costly penalties by the Wildcats and just a couple things don't go your way, and we didn't get the opportunity to do that. I would say even here, if you can get a stop, the ball on the Wildcat 47-yard line, third and long now for Parker, 3rd and 15. If you can get a stop here, I would say you even could dig yourself out a little more, I hope.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, as bad as we've talked about the Wildcats' execution when they get down in the other guy's field position, this is Parker's fourth series in the third quarter, Jackie, and pretty much every one of their plays has been on the Wildcat side of the 50-yard line. And our defense has absolutely shut them down here in the third quarter. So, field position or not, the defense is getting it done right now. Third down and 15.
Absolutely. The defense played a heck of a ball game.
Weiss in the shotgun, third down 15. Wildcats looking to bring some pressure here, and they're going to get a false start. The left tackle just completely came up out of his stance as Cade Richardson was on him over here on this side, and that's 5 more yards. So, keep backing them up.
Yeah. Cade, man, I tell you what, Cade may make me jump out of my stance, too.
He's a big boy.
Big boy.
10th grader. He's the son of my buddy Doug Richardson. You remember Doug Richardson. Daddy used to be sheriff around here, Mr. Murray. I got a chance to talk to Mr. Murray the other day before one of the games. And Cade out there, grandson of Mr. Richardson. He's a big kid. He's only in 10th. So many guys in 10th grade. You know?
That's right.
Third down, 19. Here we go. Third down. Weiss under pressure again. He's going to escape pressure, though, and he's running free down the middle of the field, and Weiss is going to get the first down. They needed 20 yards, and Weiss got about 28. My goodness. Austin Rich came on the blitz and had him in the backfield, and Weiss just went straight down the middle of the Wildcat defense and gets a first down. I can't believe it.
Again, that is on the defense to allow that to happen. Quarterback scramble up the middle of the field, and we're not playing man-to-man defense out there.
Oh. Now they've got it inside the Wildcat 30 after the big run there on third down. 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Tie ball game. Terry Parker now gives it to Turner going around the right end, and Turner's going to get another big gainer here all the way down near the 10-yard line of the Cats. He might have stepped down before that. And I got to tell you, man, Terry Parker now on their fourth possession of the third quarter. Looks like they're trying to take advantage of this field position, but we had them stuffed, Jackie. It was 3rd and 20. Flag down behind this play. Maybe this might be coming back. I don't know.
Yeah, again, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but when this defense has the opportunity time and time again to get themselves off the field, they've got to take advantage of those, especially in a situation like that. We just talked about the field position and how Terry Parker has lived on the Wildcat side of the field the whole second half, when we had a chance again to maybe flip it a little bit, and we're unable to do so after a big scramble play by Weiss.
5-yard penalty before this play on Terry Parker makes it a 1st and 15. They're going to run it with Turner up the middle. He doesn't have much, a yard maybe. And that 5-yard penalty keeps them behind the sticks, and so now it's 2nd and 14. So that gives our defense a chance to keep them out of the end zone here.
Yeah, and I can assure you, Mr. Turner, if you want positive yards, I would not run towards Camilla Rollins in the middle of that defense.
2nd down, 14, a minute and a half to go, third quarter. A tie ball game here, 13-all from Memorial Stadium. The Wildcats trying to keep Terry Parker out of the end zone. They've had 4 possessions here in the third quarter. Weiss back to throw, fires one right side, and he's got a man, catches the ball, back shoulder throw inside the 5, and it's going to be a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. And the Wildcats had 2 guys over there, but they weren't defending the back shoulder throw, and the receiver just turned around and made the catch at the 1, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Never even saw the ball.
No, I don't think
they never saw the ball. Again, in great possession. You turn around and find the football there, that may be a pick 6. That was very lackadaisical defense out there on the outside.
1st and goal now. Cats have had them in some big down and distance situations, and we haven't been able to get them off the field. Weiss throws one underneath here, and it's incomplete as he was under pressure again. This time Camilo Rollins was bringing the pressure. And on 1st and goal from the 1, they try a pass. 2nd down and goal.
Got to bow your back try here if you're this Wildcat defense. Again, the one thing I absolutely hate, they're going from the shotgun, so they're giving up 3 yards.
2nd down and goal. This time they're going to run it with Turner, and he's going to get the touchdown. They give it to him. I guess he got it. Yeah, you're right. These teams, man, that run primarily shotgun formations, it kills me when you're sitting there 1st and goal in the 1 and you're in the shotgun. I guess that's just the way they play offense nowadays, but the old school would tell you that you line it up in power formation and get that yard.
A quarterback sneak, you know what I mean? A big kid like Rollins, he can go right under center and probably pick that up in no time, but nonetheless, they score a touchdown here.
Big extra point coming up. The snap is back. The kick is on the way, and this one's down the middle. He got it, and it's going to be a 20-13 Terry Parker lead. The only score of the third quarter, 1:01 to go in the third. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with more Wildcat football on WFBB.
Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress of McClenny is proud to again sponsor Wildcat football. Gibson McDonald has furniture, mattresses, and appliances in stock and ready for delivery. Gibson McDonald has electronics and lawn and garden equipment. Gibson McDonald Furniture and Mattress in the Winn-Dixie Plaza in McClenny.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Terry Parker, the kicker, comes up, puts his boot into the ball. Toby Kinghorn is going to fall on it back around the 27-yard line. And the Cats will start at 1st and 10. I guess that's a little better field position than we had before, but no doubt. Terry Parker definitely did not want to kick it deep to us this time, so they kick it short. Toby Kinghorn gets on the ball there at the 27. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats. Jackie, we find ourselves trailing now 20-13 here late in the third quarter. The Cats are going to need an answer.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just more, I don't care where we start at. You got to get something going offensively here.
1st down and 10, Alex Bowen in the shotgun. He's got Baker back there with him. He pulls it down and throws across the middle, and a catch is made. A nice job that time as Carson Crawford going across the middle makes a 12-yard reception. Tough catch right there, a tough window to throw that ball in, but a good throw.
Absolutely. Great throw and catch that time. Alex Bowen throws a BB to Carson Crawford, who catches it in stride out in front of him and picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line now. The Cats trying to go fast. Alex Bowen's going to give the ball to Baker this time, and Baker's going to fight his way around the left side, and he just needed to break one tackle there, and he had a lot of running room, but he can't break it. Maybe a yard gain.
Well, and what I was talking about at halftime, too, more than anything, Mike, you can see it a little bit. Terry Parker, they're starting to feel the momentum some, getting a little confidence out there on defense, and instead of wearing these guys down, you don't want them to get hyped up, so this offense has got to answer here.
Probably the last play of the third quarter. Pass right side is going to be caught by the Wildcats, and the clock's going to run out on the third quarter. It was just a 3-yard catch right there. That was number 30, Levi Jewell, with the catch, but like I said, only about 3 yards on the play, and that's going to run the clock out on the third quarter. And I know the Cats wanted to hurry and get a play in right there, but by doing that, you're going to come back and face a 3rd and 7, and you could have just stayed there and run the clock out and had 2 more plays. You know, I don't know. Let me tell you this, Jackie. I do know this. Win, lose, or draw, Monday night, we go down to Firehouse Subs and we have a good time. We sit there from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock with our Wildcat Radio Coaches Show, brought to you by Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning. Oscar Gray and the guys. Oscar's probably up in Georgia doing some hunting this weekend too, but I'll invite all the Wildcat fans listening in Monday night. Come on down and join us from 7 to 8 Monday night as we'll have our Wildcat Radio Coaches Show. We've had some really good, entertaining shows the last couple of weeks. We had some young ladies from the cross-country team join us a couple of weeks ago. This past week we had some cheerleaders. Coach John Staples is really trying to get some of the other kids in the athletic programs involved. We'd love it if you come down and hang out with us or just listen to us on 97.5. I'm going to try to talk to my buddy Tim Hughes. Tim came down to all our shows last year. I'm going to try to see if he'll come down and hang out with us Monday maybe. American Recycling, Tim Hughes.
He just one of those Hardee's biscuits back in the day.
Is that what it was? All right, Jackie, so we're facing a third down and about 7. Wildcats need to get it out near midfield. Bowen's in the shotgun. Looking across the field here, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Bowen calls for the snap. Going to fake it to Baker. Now Bowen's going to run it himself, and he's going to get tackled immediately and then gets away and then gets slammed down to the ground by the linebacker, and no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down.
I just don't get it. I don't understand it. You put together some pretty good offensive production in the first half, and then you get into the second half of the ball game, and things just, stall out. We have not put together anything that even resembled a drive in the second half.
Nothing. Alex Bowen, a good high punt this time. It's going to take the defender or receiver all the way back to the 10-yard line, and he's going to try to get back upfield here, and the Cats are able to cover it a little better here, and he's only able to get back out to the 22, flag down on the field behind the play there. Maybe this will be against them. Let's hope.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a block in the back, which you talked about field position on the last couple of possessions. This is the opportunity here. As good as this Wildcat defense has played in the second half, gave up a huge score on that last series, but all in all, played good. Got a chance to really flip the field position right here.
Yeah, block in the back here. They would have had it from the 22-yard line. They're going to mark it off from the 24, of course. Give them 2 extra yards there. And it'll be 10 yards back to around the 12. I don't know how he's counting 10 yards, Jackie. He marked it from the 24 to the 12, so 12-yard penalty.
Must have went to school in Bradford County.
I'm not following the math out here, I'll tell you that. First down and 10, Terry Parker. They're on 12, and you're right. I said the one thing I told you was I really thought the Wildcats needed to score first in the second half. First down play, Weiss going to fire one out here to the receiver, and he's all alone on the sideline, and he's going to get all the way out across the 23. So just like that, they get the 10 penalty yards back and a first down. Quarterback rollout that time, a play they haven't run as much tonight. Found the receiver over here. He got a block on the edge and was able to get upfield for 11 yards. First down and 10 again. Terry Parker back where they would have had it after the punt a moment ago. 11 minutes to go in the game. Parker ahead by a touchdown, and this time Turner's got lots of running room. He bounces it outside 30, 35, 40. Turner all the way to midfield, and he goes over the fence out there over the other sideline. Not sure why he did that. Maybe a little dramatic.
Dramatic nonetheless. You can be dramatic when you just slice this defense for 40 yards downfield. So much for changing the field position.
Yeah, I mean, I really stand by what I told you earlier. I really thought the Wildcats needed to score first in the second half.
Yeah.
They really did, and and neither team was doing anything. If we just score a touchdown and get the momentum there in the third quarter, but that field position, we just could not get it flipped. And they were able to do it. Now the quarterback, Weiss, is going to drop straight back, pull it down, and he's just going to run it out of there, and he's going to get another big gainer down to around the 41, another first down. That's 3 plays and 3 first downs for Terry Parker on this drive.
And then when I thought that, again, the other guys going both ways, when I thought we'd wear them down, this Wildcat defense right now, they're sucking wind out there. So gotta get something together here.
Well, here's the problem that we're having with the fact that we're some of those 3 and outs that we had, Jackie. They had 4 possessions in the third quarter. That's a lot of time for your defense to be on the field, and their offense was on the field longer than our offense was. And that last drive that they got, they were on. And now they're just breaking off some big chunk plays, and that has to do exactly what you're talking about, the fact that our guys are gassed. We had to call a timeout here at first and 10, and here's the danger you're in. You're down a touchdown. It's 20 to 13. You cannot allow them to score again, and we're already chasing 7 points. We can't chase 14. I mean, we just don't have time in the game to do that, and I don't know that the way that we're challenged here in the second half offensively, if we can do it or not.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the worst-case scenario right now in my mind, Mike, is if you let Terry Parker go down and score a touchdown right here, yeah, you got plenty of time, traditionally speaking, but not the way your offense is played in the second half. So this defense is going to have to step up here and get a stop.
First down and 10 from the Wildcat 41-yard line. The quarterback, Weiss, fires one across the middle. It's incomplete. He just made a decision at the last second there to do so, and he almost made a bad decision.
Yeah, and that's all you can hope for. Parker's coaching staff has made some very questionable decisions throughout this game, and that's almost all you can hope is that they keep doing that, and maybe this Baker County defense can capitalize on a turnover.
Second down play now coming up for Terry Parker. They lead the Cats 20 to 13. Still plenty of time in the ball game. If the Cats are able to get a stop or a turnover or something big, we've got to do something to turn the momentum in this ball game. Weiss in the shotgun. They send the man in motion coming across. Now they have 3 receivers on the right side. They're going to run it to the left side, a little option play to Turner over there. He's got one man to beat on the corner, and he does. And the Wildcats make a decent tackle to get him down after a gain of 3. It looked like he might have had more. And a flag late here again, and the Cats are going to get called, I'm afraid. After the play again.
Best case scenario is this is offset.
Well, yeah, there were 2 thrown, one and then another one right behind it. So it's either one against the Cats that they both saw or maybe possibly offsetting. I don't know. hard to know.
Oh, yeah, he has no idea what's gonna come out of these officials tonight.
Totally agree with that.
Here we go. We're going to get the call, see what happens.
You'll know by the way this guy turns, and he's turning towards the Wildcats, so it's going to be marked off that way. He hasn't even made that call yet. They're already marching it down the field. Dead ball, personal foul, Cats.
Oh,
we're going to get an ejection. Is that what he said? What was the little hand gesture at the end?
I don't know. I think
maybe that was one. Maybe it was one. I don't know. They hand the ball off middle this time, and Cats do a good job of collapsing on the tackler, but he's still going to get upfield for 4, maybe 5 yards. I wasn't sure what the gesture he made at the end was. If you hold your thumb up like you're making an out call in baseball, normally that means ejection. I don't know if he did that or not, but no player came off the field, so it must not have been. But that penalty with 15 yards puts it all the way down there inside the 20. They've got a 2nd and 5 from the 17, leading by 7. Weiss calls for the ball. He looks to throw it again, throws it across the middle. It's going to be up in the air. It was one of those bingo plays, and we almost had a pick there. Connor South came across trying to intercept it. It went off the receiver's hands and goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Sorry. Golly, boy. If we can capitalize on one of those, my goodness, 9:43 left here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 5 here. I tell you what, this is a huge stop again for this Wildcat defense with an opportunity to at least force a 4th down.
3rd down and 5. Weiss gives the inside handoff to Turner, and Turner's going to fight his way down to the 12-yard line, maybe the 13. He's going to be about 1.5 yards short.
I think this is a no-brainer for the Parker sideline here.
Well, the guy that they got that can kick, the guy they picked up with him, he can kick it now. Oh, my goodness. Hey, they're going to try it. So this is going to be set down at the 21-yard line. This is a huge play in the game. This could give them a 2-possession lead. It'll be a 31-yard field goal from the left hash, and we're going to get a timeout by Parker. They're going to think about it.
Man.
Is that the second one they called in this half?
I believe so, Mike. 9:07, that's in the ball game here. Again, Parker, I don't care. You're right, the kicker, they do. He's been booming them through there, but you got to think, you know what I mean? He's a high school kicker, and knock on those guys, but any chance something can happen, everything's got to be perfect.
Well, it's almost 2 yards to go on 4th down. It would be set down about 31 yards. I have no doubt he's got the leg, but I would much rather them attempt the field goal here than go for it because they've got some momentum. Anyway, we'll see what they do after the timeout here. And you're waving to somebody out there. You've got lots of fans here, Jackie.
I was going to aggravate that. Offensive coordinator for the middle school team, Tucker Roberts' little daughter. I was going to ask him if he wanted an autograph.
Oh. Yeah. 4th down and 2. They take the kicker off the field. They bring the offense back on, and they're going to run the Wildcat formation with Turner, the running back, number 2. Oh, he's going to fumble the snap. The Cats are getting held at the line of scrimmage, and now he's going to throw a pass out of bounds. The Cats are going to stop him, even with all kind of holding that's not called on the play. And he just fumbled the snap, Jackie.
My goodness. And that's the risk you run trying to get tricky. I don't get it. I don't get what Terry Parker's coaching staff has done this game, but it has done nothing but help this Wildcat team. And that's a prime example there. A funky play out of the Wildcat. Bobbles the snap. A guy that's not taking many snaps tonight, so he bobbles it. Runs around. Zane Mobley was getting mugged on the outside. Couldn't turn around to make the play. But a couple Wildcats corral him, and he tries to throw it at the last second. Throws it out of bounds.
Alex Bowen now takes the snap. Wildcats with new life. They run Jaquan Page off to the right side, and he's going to get some positive yardage out near the 20-yard line, a 6-yard gain for the Cats after they stop them on that fourth down play. It'll be second down and about 4.
Second down and 4, and this is that formation that worked so well against Swanee Live Oak.
Second down play, Page again. Page has got a hole. There he goes, 30, 35, 40. Page to the 50. Page, 45, 40. Page, 35, and all the way down to the 25-yard line of Terry Parker. The Cats with a huge hole at the offensive line. Opened up by that offensive line there, and Page went right through it, and he was almost a player away from taking that to the house.
My goodness, I'll tell you what a great play by Jaquan Page. And now we got too many people.
We got too many guys on. We got to run
go.
somebody off, and we do. Page comes off. He was sending Kane in to sub for Page. Page didn't get the memo. He comes off late. First down and 10 now. They'll get the chain set, and the clock will run. 8:20 to go in the ball game. Cats trailing by a touchdown. Jamarian Baker running downhill inside the 25 down to the 21. Positive yards, not a big gain, but maybe 3, maybe 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5 yards there, and so that's what you want to see here. Page able to break a big one, and I need him to get back in the game, man. Catch your breath, get you a sip of water, and get back in there, because that formation, there's something about it. It's nothing fancy. Baker and Page in the backfield with Bowen and just able to make things happen.
Second down play, give to Baker again. Baker to the 20. He's weaving in the 15. Baker on his feet to the 12. And inside the 12 to the 11-yard line, a first down run for Jamarian Baker. And now the Wildcats have a first and 10 at the 11-yard line, and Page checks back in the game.
Page checks back in, and now we finally got something going here on offense.
First down from the 11. They go fast. They go back to Page. Page is hitting the backfield, and he's going to be brought down. Oh, a 2-yard loss on the play. They saw Page come back in, and they keyed on Page that time. He got the carry, and he got dropped.
Yeah. That time, big defensive lineman able to knock through there.
Second down play, second down and 12. It's going to be Alex Bowen running the little zone read play to Page, and Bowen's going to take it all the way down inside the 5-yard line. A gain of about 8 yards on the play. Had we not lost the 2 on the play, it'd be a first down or close to it. Now it's going to be 3rd and 3. They go fast. 3rd and 3 from the 5-yard line. Baker is tripped up in the backfield and only gets about back to the line of scrimmage.
I think, you got it's 4th and 3, but I think you got to go for it here. I mean, the way your offense has played the majority of the half, this is the much momentum you got. I'd ride it.
They're going for it. 4th and 3. They give it to Page, and Page is going to be stuffed. The Cats had first down and 10 at the 11-yard line, and 4 plays later, we're sitting at the 4 and 2 yards short of a first down. Turn it over on downs. Oh.
Well, not over.
Oh, no.
6:31 left in the ball game. We got timeout. Here's what you got to do, though. I don't care what you got to tell that defense, but you got to give them one of those remember the Titans speeches down there, and you tell them, man, you cannot let these guys cross the 5-yard line.
Cade Richardson's going to check in. He needs to tell somebody to check out. We got 12 in there, so he's going to send Mobley to the sideline. Okay, Cade is in. Mobley's out. First down and 10 for Terry Parker. They're at the 4-yard line, maybe the 3. 6:31, like you said, to go in the ball game. Parker up by 7. They're going to try to run it out of there, and the running back's got a little room, and he has to try to cut it back to the middle there. Decent play by the defense to hold them for maybe 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Maybe 2nd and 7. He might have gotten 3 on the play.
Oh, man, this is such a huge stop. Such a huge stop, man.
Second down play, 2nd down and 7. Weish in the shotgun, takes the snap. They're going to run it again, and the Cats blow it up in the backfield.
And they tell Page he's upset because he was getting held, but he just blew that thing up. My goodness. I don't see how you don't see Daytrell getting held back there, but, man, he blew it up from the get-go, and now we got some subs coming in here on the 3rd and about 7 here. So, again, Mike, this is a great opportunity here for the Wildcats. This defense can get a stop.
3rd and 7, the quarterback in the shotgun. He stands back around the goal line. Wildcats showing some blitz. Here they come. The Wildcats after the quarterback. He's going to try to run it out of there. He gets past Camilo Rollins, and he lowers his shoulder and gets a first down. And the Cats have done that all night. They've got pressure up the field, and then Weiss is able to break out of there and get a first down.
But I'm going to tell you this, Mike. You've gotten pressure, yeah, but he's an elusive quarterback. He's escaped all your pressure. At some point, you got to sit back and let him make a decision. His decision right now is I see 2 linebackers coming on my right, I'm running to my left. And plenty of room over there and picks up a first down.
Mid-quarter timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. Parker with a 20-13 lead, 5 minutes to go. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Under 5 minutes to go here from Memorial Stadium. Terry Parker hanging on to a 7-point lead over the Wildcats here. 4:44 to go. It'll be 2nd down and 6. They got the ball at the 21-yard line. They're just letting that clock run right now. 4:35 to go. Weiss is in the shotgun. High snap, and he's going to give it to Turner, and Turner's going to break free, and Turner's out to the 30. He's out across the 35. Finally tackled way downfield around the 36, and it'll be a first down for Terry Parker.
And now, down a touchdown, 4:24, and the clock running. I mean, the clock becomes your enemy now. Terry Parker are letting them to just slow it down, and they're letting as much time tick off that thing as possible.
4:10 to go in the ball game. They are letting the clock run. They're going to get the call in from the sideline here. The Wildcats defense. You're at the point now where you've got to have a quick 3-and-out and get the ball back, or you got to have a turnover, one or the other. 1st and 10. Cats looking to rush. Weiss throws the ball deep down the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. And I tell you, you're running the ball effectively, and you've been running the clock effectively, and you take a shot down the field, and an incompletion stops the clock.
Down the middle of the field where there's 4 Wildcat defenders sitting there. I don't understand it. Terry Parker, they're trying to hand us this thing on a platter, Mike, and we just won't take it.
2nd down now. It'll be 2nd and 10. Incomplete pass on first down stops the clock with 3:45 to go in the ball game. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Can the Cats get the ball back? They send the receiver in motion. They run it to the running back coming around the right end, and he's going to get tripped up 5 yards upfield, falls forward for another yard. It's going to make it a 3rd down and close to 3.5, and it's going to be a big 3rd down for this Wildcat defense. Injury on the play is going to stop the clock here. One of the Wildcats in the backfield with 3:30 to go in the ball game. Not sure who that is at the moment.
I can't tell either. I tell you what, Mike, to be October, it's still hot, man. It's hot out there. It's hot today, October the 4th, man, and it's still 90 degrees outside.
trainer out there working on that cramp. I think that's no, it's not Rollins. Rollins is right there in front of me, so it's not him.
I thought maybe Datrell Page down there, but I just can't. I can't see that far.
Looks like a leg cramp though. The trainer trying to help him with that. Terry Parker probably didn't like the fact that the Wildcats stopped the clock there with that injury, but that happens. That's part of football. Clock stops with 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Third down, Jackie. It's almost 4. It's 3.5 yards they need for the first down. They're looking at needing to get to the 46-yard line. They're sitting just shy of the 43, so 3.5 needed for the first down. Can the Cats stuff them here and make them make a decision on 4th and maybe get the ball back? Still time if you can get the ball back here, but you can't allow another first down.
No, and the other thing, so on our last offensive possession, and this happened in the Westside game, the second to the last offensive series we had, Mike, where we still had plenty of time. We could run the ball if we wanted to. We could throw the ball. You could really do anything. You were in your playbook deep. That's the time. That's the time to score, because what you don't want, and this happened in Westside, you get the last possession where you're forced to throw the ball, and then they know that, and so they back everybody up in coverage, and they got all their athletes sitting back there just waiting on you. It's a lot tougher than when you can still mix it up and do several different things.
Datrell Page was the guy, and that cramp is a serious one because he is still working it out coming to the sideline. Third down and 3 now. Third down. Quarterback Weiss in the shotgun. The Wildcats shifting up some guys on defense. High snap. It's a bad one, and he's going to get stuffed, and he's not going to get it. Cade Richardson in there for the Wildcats along with Weston Avera. They stop him short. It'll be fourth down and 3. No yards on the play. Timeout, Cats.
I mean, surely Parker's coaching staff is going to punt this ball, right, Mike?
Well, I've seen some bad coaching calls tonight, Jackie, and so have you. If they do go for it here, that's a bad coaching call. But you got to play protect here on your punt team. If you're going to send the punt team in before they send anybody out, you got to be careful. And so if the Cats do get the ball back here, we've got plenty of time. We burned a timeout there, Jackie. Is that our second of the half?
I believe so, Mike. I believe that's our second of the half. I don't think we've had to use one. Well, I know we haven't had to use one because nothing was doing in the third quarter.
We're kind of lost without our man Justin Thomas here tonight. I think he was aggravated because he found out that you didn't call the coop today, and
I forgot, man. I was speaking of the coop, though. I do want to give a shout-out to Sissy and Tony. Had a grandson. I think it was a grandson. It was a grandbaby for sure. I don't know. I think it was a grandson yesterday, so congratulations to them.
Yep, congratulations. All right, they do send the punter out. We're going to send Tracy White. He stands back around our 30-yard line. The punt, the snap is back, and we got close to it, Jackie, and we might have got a hand on it. We did. The head official is signaling that we tipped it, and my goodness, that was close to a big play. They're going to down it back around the 29. It'll be 1st and 10 Cats from there with 3:11 on the clock.
3:11 on the clock, and I would think that that's plenty of time to keep your playbook open. You had some things going with Page and Baker in the backfield. See if you can't do that. See if Page can't hit on another quick hitter here and pick up big yardage. I just wouldn't go out there and basically give them 3 plays. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't afford. I mean, you got 3 minutes between your second district loss. You can't afford to not pull out all the stops now. Let's go. 1st down and 10 from the 29. Bowen takes the snap. Page has got it. And Page has run across the 30 to the 34.
He almost squeaked through there, man. I like the way he runs.
Maybe 5. He got 5 yards on the play. It looked like he was stopped after a yard, and he got through there for 5. And now another timeout. This is an official timeout. Why?
Another injury, it looks like, on the other side of the
I see it now.
field. I couldn't see it either.
One of the Cats over there. Terry Parker's trainer comes out to help out. I'm not sure. I didn't see that until later on. 2:53 to go in the ball game, though. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back, and the Wildcats will have 2nd and 5. We'll be back after this 30-second break on WFBB.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat Football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
We bring it back here after Jamarian Baker breaks free for a first down. Now Jaquan Page gets free again in the open field, and Jaquan Page takes it all the way down to the Terry Parker 20-yard line for a Wildcat first down. Still plenty of time on the clock with 2:33 to go.
Golly, Mike, I'll tell you, I said run the ball a little bit, but, man, I knew Page had the ability. We just saw it on that last series, and he does it again right here. So Jamarian Baker comes out, like you said, gives you 10 or 12 yards, and then Page is able to light another one up, make a couple guys miss, and break a tackle, and gets the ball all the way down to the Parker 20-yard line, and he's just gassed after that run. So we got another injury timeout on the field, and I know he's tired, but that's a situation where Coach Mays, I'm sure, would love to get that tempo going again, and you kind of had Terry Parker back on their heels and don't want to give them a chance to catch their breath.
Well, a moment ago, the Wildcats had the ball, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line of Terry Parker, trailing by 7. Had a chance to go in and tie the game possibly. The Wildcats ran 4 plays, and we were turned away on downs. Can we be different this time? 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of Terry Parker. Jaquan Page under his own power. He's good to go. So now the Wildcats have Tracy White and Jamarian Baker in the backfield, along with Bowen. 2 receivers to the left, 2:20 to go. Here we go. Baker's got it to the 20. Baker cuts inside. He's down to the 15. Baker's still on his feet inside the 15, and they'll blow the whistle there to about right at the 15-yard line, a 5-yard gain on first down.
Great job that time. Offensive line's done a good job on these last 2 offensive series. Page, White's going to check out. Jaquan Page going to check back in here.
2nd down and 5. 2nd down 5, and Page is going to get the carry. He bounces outside. 15. He's going to be horse-collared over there down to around the 11-yard line. No flag down as the guy came in and just kind of, Nikita Koloff with a Russian sickle on him over there. I mean, my goodness.
Oh, man. The things you never thought you'd hear in a broadcast.
3rd down and 1, and Jamarian Baker is going to try to get the first down to the 10, and he's going to be close.
Yeah.
And he's got it. First down.
1:33 left on the clock here. Wildcats down 20-13, but sniffing the end zone inside the 10-yard line of Terry Parker right here. Clock running. 1.5 left. Wildcats have to score here.
Plenty of time. 1.5. Clock's running, but don't be pressured here. But you got to get it in the end zone. 1st and goal from the 10. Wildcat throw a pass across the middle, and Terry Parker saw it coming. They had it covered well. Trying to hit Crawford across the middle, and the linebacker or cornerback came in there and knocked it away. But that stops the clock. 2nd down and goal from the 10-yard line. 1:15 to go. Inside, Jamarian Baker is going to get all the way to the 4-yard line. A good run there, 6-7 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. Cats need a touchdown. 3rd and goal. We're at the 3-yard line. Under a minute to go. Going to give it to Page, and Page is going to be stuffed. Maybe the 3-yard line. Plenty of time on the clock. 50 seconds to go. The Cats have a 4th and goal.
It's the ball game. 45 seconds. Clock's running.
This is the game. 4th and goal inside the 5-yard line. Alex Bowen in the shotgun. 3 yards they need. He's going to run it himself, and they were confused, Jackie. They had no idea what they were doing. He was going to sweep it to Baker to the left end, and instead he kept it and tried to run it middle, and he had nowhere to go. Oh, my goodness.
2 times inside the 5-yard line on your last 2 offensive possessions, and you got 0 points.
How do you botch a play like that? I mean, that's just bad. 2 times, Jackie, inside the 11-yard line, and we come away with no points in the 4th quarter to try and tie the game and maybe even win the game. And we can't do it. 29 seconds, and Terry Parker can run the clock out. They're going to get the win here. They're going to move to 2-0 in district play on the year, while the Wildcats are going to fall to 1-2 in district play and 500 overall at 3-3. And these Wildcat fans have seen enough. They're hitting the gates. And Jackie, there's nothing funny about it, but my man Tim Hughes texted me right there when we had 2nd and goal inside the 5, and you know what Tim Hughes asked me? Do you go for the tie or the win? And that just takes us back to our halftime conversation. And my answer to Tim is, I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you do?
In this situation, as poor as we played in the second half, I'd probably go for the win.
The only thing I'll say to Tim is your percentage of extra points in high school is less than it would be in college. So I might go for 2 in this situation. Clock runs out. That's going to do it. 20 to 13.
Here's what I do know. I do know if I go for 2, everybody on the field is going to know what the play call is.
We didn't know. 4th down and goal right there, and it looked like what we were going to run was Alex Bowen with a toss to Jamarian Baker outside. Bowen saw something he didn't like, and he kept it. And when he kept it, the play was over. I mean, there was nowhere to go. So that's going to do it. The Cats are going to shake hands with Terry Parker at midfield, and we lose at 20 to 13, and we go 1-2 in district play and 3-3 overall. Jackie, let's take a minute break, and we'll come back and wrap it up. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
In the game of life, it's not how far you can throw the ball.
It's not how high you can fly.
It's not how fast you can run.
Or how many touchdowns you can score that matters. It's really how you play the game that counts.
Because the game only lasts 4 quarters.
For a few years. For that moment in time.
Good sportsmanship. Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
Lasts a lifetime.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
And we welcome you back to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. 2 weeks in a row, Jackie comes down to the wire. 2 weeks in a row, we can't quite get it done on our home field. Terry Parker, the Braves, come over here from Jacksonville. Last week, Westside came over here. We lost by 4 last week. We lose by 7 tonight, 27-20. Cats with the ball, trailing by 7, going down to try to win the game on 4th and goal. We go for it again and can't get it in the end zone, and the Wildcats are turned away here. And I know you're disappointed. I'm disappointed. I know Coach Mays is going to be disappointed. The players are disappointed. But, Jackie, we again had opportunities to win this football game and, again, come out on the short end.
A lot. I mean, a lot of opportunities. a couple things. You know, you came out of second half. We felt like I've preached this all year, Mike, but the defense has got to learn how to get off the field in third and long situations. And, you know, you got to look at the things you're doing, what's working, what's not working. What we were doing tonight in third and long was not working. I mean, we were trying to bring pressure, but with a quarterback like that, it was similar to last week's game when we got beat over the top. Listen, one time, okay. You know, two times, maybe. But to repeatedly happen, those mistakes can't happen. I'm not going to let one guy beat me in a third and long situation, and tonight the quarterback did on several occasions. Offensively, we got to figure out what's working a lot sooner in the second half. We've talked about the struggles, the frustration in the second half, not being able to go down and score points. We got to figure out what's working. We can't wait till our third from the last possession of the game to figure out what's going on and how we can move the football. By then it's too late. Terry Parker's up a touchdown, and we're scratching and clawing our way trying to get back into this ball game. And unfortunately, you just come up short again this week.
Well, they do. 20-13, the Cats lose tonight to Terry Parker. And, Jackie, I would add, you know, to everything you just said, you're exactly right. You know, Jaquan Page broke free for a couple of big plays there, but gosh, that third down defense really it kept Terry Parker on the drive, especially on the drive they had for the touchdown in the second half. Only one score in the second half, Jackie. A 13-13 game at halftime. Terry Parker gets the only touchdown in the second half, and we had opportunities to do so. And it's eerily reminiscent of last week. You know, just seems like, you know, offensively just a little stagnant down towards the end of the ball game, and then you break a couple of big plays, you get set up for a couple of opportunities inside the 11 and then inside the 10, and just can't quite get it done. But, hey, young football team, going to learn a lot from last week, going to learn a lot from this week, and the Cats will be back at home again next week. I'll remind the Wildcat fans, we'll have Orange Park coming in here, a non-district game next week. Orange Park, this is the makeup game from our bye week when Hurricane Dorian was in the area, so we had to move this game to October 11th. That'll be next Friday, so Orange Park will be here. So another home game for the Cats, so make sure you come out and support the Cats. We'll be back at Firehouse Subs Monday night for the Coaches Show, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Coaches Show, and we'll talk about it, and then we'll be back here next Friday.
Yeah, real quick before we head out, and I hope everyone has a great weekend, but just want to remind the folks, 11 a.m. till they sell out at Hodges Produce tomorrow, barbecue dinners, benefit for Charlie Burnett, so go by there, get some barbecue, get some of those fresh sides they'll be making around there, and hope everyone has a great weekend.
And remind everybody also at 3:30 tomorrow on CBS, you can watch the reemergence of the Florida Gators as they go 6-0 on the year, and they take down the Auburn Tigers and get some national prominence going, Jackie.
I like it.
You like it?
I hope so. After tonight, I need something like that in my life.
Time will tell. All right, so that's it from Memorial Stadium. For Mike Cruz, for Jackie Baker, and for all the Wildcat fans out there listening in, and we'll tune toward better days next week against Orange Park here, try to get back on the above 500 record, and wish everybody a good weekend. And make sure you tune in Monday night, 7 o'clock from Firehouse Subs for the Coaches Show. And we'll talk to you then. Thank you, John Meadows and Glenn Baptist, for keeping us on the air tonight and all they do for Wildcat sports and Wildcat athletics. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you Monday night from Firehouse Subs, and we'll be back on next Friday night here at Memorial Stadium. Good night, everybody.
This is 97.5 WFBB, the beacon of Baker County, a ministry of Glen Baptist Church, Glen St. Mary, Florida.
If you've been walking the same old road for miles and miles,